Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Deku became a guitar hero part 2. If you guys enjoy this what if and want to see part 3, comment down below and let me know before I start. Please do support for more awesome content. And leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also share this video with your friends and check out the description in my playlist. So let's start the video. Okay, maybe I hadn't thought that far ahead after knocking 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝗺 out cold. Hehe, ice pun. Now that the guy with some kind of issues I don't know about is out of the way, I started doing some shit. I believed in being able to make a clone and I did. The purpose of said clone: play awesome battle music. Hey brain, ghost me, play that song I made. What song? Real me. You say run. I nodded at that one. He started playing it, which got the villain's attention. They seemed shocked. I could guess why. How are you alive? You hacker. I didn't give him enough time to speak anymore as I quickly flew to him at an extremely fast pace and whacked his dick with my guitar. He screamed in pain as I whacked him in the head. You're not getting any more handjobs. Handjob. Apparently, the bird thing dropped 𝗂𝐿 and 𝗵𝗃, who were both in disbelief that I'm alive. No time to explain. We got shit to do. The bird thing pulled handjob out of the way as I tried to hit him again with my guitar. After we fucking kill the bird shit, I'm killing you to death, Deku. Dibs. 𝗵𝗃 said. Little dude, you're alive. No time to explain, right? We got a job to do, but boy, do you have a lot to explain now. Mirio, the brother I always wanted but never had. All I got was 𝗂𝐿, though we're more of rivals than brothers. Sure, but we need to deal with that shit quick. Handjob's pissed off now. He's probably gonna chuck that monster at us any moment after he stops scratching his neck. Hey, you are so gonna be talking to me on why the fuck you went here. Yeah, fuck off. We'll beat the 𝗵𝗄 thing, as handjob calls it, and then we'll talk. She hissed while readying her solar rifle. 𝗂𝐿 grips his grenade gauntlet, seeing that it's filled up again. Mirio's in his combat stance and is readying for the 𝗵𝗄 to go on another rampage. Todoroki's still asleep in the bushes. Hopefully I don't forget about him. Stop calling me handjob. NOMU, kill them. We didn't even have time to react when it went straight for Mirio. Good thing the punch just phased through him and he did a counter-attack with a jab to the stomach. Permeation makes the pain pass through me. How the fuck does that even work? Doesn't matter. I met God today, so anything's probably possible if you believe. You fucking met who? We'll talk about it later, 𝗂𝐿. Pull the pin, by the way. He did just in time as the 𝗵𝗄 almost hit him. It was sent back and suffered even more burns than before. Mirio connected with a haymaker while I swing it with my hope-induced guitar. Hope burns, quite literally, too, since it left a large burn mark on the 𝗵𝗄. Mirio started exchanging consecutive punches with the 𝗵𝗄 while 𝗂𝐿 was blasting it from the back. I charged up my swing and hit it in the head with full force, forcing it to bounce back. Mirio sent out a punch which sent the 𝗵𝗄 into the forest. 𝗂𝐿's grenade gauntlets got filled up again, so he pulled another pin. More burns. Mirio grabbed the creature by the arms and sent it flying, with 𝗵𝗃 blasting it with her solar rifle. 𝐾ACCHAN, launch me. He gave a nod and launched me with his biggest explosion. Don't tell me what to do, useless nerd. I got face to face with the 𝗵𝗄 in the air and I swung with all my might with combined hope powers before sending it to the ground. It bounced up, which gave Mirio, 𝗂𝐿, and I time to get in front of it. No time to charge up my concussive laser, so I just touched 𝗂𝐿 and Mirio on the shoulders and filled them with hope energy. Basically, a power-up that doubles their powers. Go beyond. Mirio and 𝗂𝐿 screamed while feeling their powers doubled by hope. DIIIE. Divided by plus UUUULLL22TRA. If 𝗂𝐿's most powerful explosion wasn't enough, Mirio's 100% one for all filled punch doubled by hope powers definitely will. It sent the creature flying. It went through the fucking wall and into the clouds and beyond. Since Mirio's 100% is stronger than All Might combined with hope, and 𝗂𝐿's biggest explosion was enough to launch me straight into the ceiling back then, I'm pretty sure it's now in outer space. Everyone looked in disbelief. Handjob looks pissed. They cheated. You're supposed to be dead. A bard can't be that strong. He rushed me. I just sidestepped out of the way and hit him in the balls. He was supposed to stand up again until a bullet hit him in the legs and arms. Have no fear, for we are here. Looks like All Might and the other heroes made it. A bit too late, in my humble opinion. A student did die. They went off to clear the rest of the villains while my hope powers dissipated. I'll be watching you, lad. I heard Dio say in my mind. 𝗂𝐿, and Mirio was looking at me expectantly. Okay, how do I explain I didn't have time to react when two fists came into my face and everything went black again. Last thing I heard was Mirio saying something about that being unnecessary. I woke up again in a hospital bed, though I realized it was a clinic. 𝗵𝗃 was there staring at me. Bakugo's outside. He's gonna deck Todoroki the second he comes out, as he quotes. You got me 3 weeks of detention. Yeah, 𝗬𝗵𝗄 kinda deserved it for getting me killed. Sorry about the detention part. Not really much. So, you did die and somehow came back to life. Have you finally manifested a quirk? Izuku, nah, it's more like this. I explained everything I saw to her. She just stays quiet for the most parts. So, you died, met a rock star who became God. He gave you hope powers and revived you with expectations. That sucks. Wanna start dating? Okay, that last sentence caught me off guard. Might as well play it cool. I also wanted to date her. Huh, sure. Let's not tell even anyone. We'll be getting together with a group of friends and just say guess what? She gave me an exasperated look. I was being serious, Izuku. So was I. Silence followed that shit. Slightly comforting, to say the least. She sat down and held my hand close. If you ever die again and not come back, I will build a portal to fucking hell, get your soul back, and then beat the ever-loving fuck out of you, and then kiss you. Also, I'm not sure what to do with all this dating thing. Me neither. Good to know you care that much about me, meh. Okay, saying your name feels weird now. She shifted uncomfortably. Idiot, now it's weird for me, too. Guess we're just a bunch of weirdos, ain't we? I stood up, closing in on her face. Her eyes looked great and I could feel her breath. We were this close. Might as well push forward. What's up, fuckers? I just decked Todoroki in the face. Of course. Am I interrupting something? Wait, did I just cockblock Deku? Fucking finally. One shit off my bucket list. Also, he punched me in the shoulder. Will you stop punching me? That's for almost leaving me without a worthy rival. Does that translate to being glad that I'm alive? What the fuck ever, Deku? I told Bakugo everything and he was also in disbelief. He didn't have time to react though because Mirio came in next with All Might and some guy looking like a stereotypical detective. Would young Bakugo and young 𝗵𝗃 please leave the room for a moment? What my friend, 𝗵𝗲 would be asking young Midoriya is strictly confidential. Too late, All Might. Deku already spilled every shit to us. All Might nodded in understanding as he deflated. Really, All Might? You told me to keep that shit a secret but then you go around revealing it. All Might gave me a guilty look on what I said. My friend here already knows about it. Mirio is my successor. You and May found out by accident. I think young Bakugo would have figured it out on his own. All Might claims as he was looking at Bakugo who was pale with shock. What the fuck happened to All Might? I explained everything to him. So, you're fucking telling me that he trained you for 10 fucking months and you didn't fucking even invite me? You fucking asshole. All Might had to intervene after that. I strictly told Midoriya to keep it a secret from anyone. To be fair, he slipped up with May. Of fucking course, he fucks up when it comes to his girlfriend. May and I looked away from him after what he said. Shit goes down if this secret comes out, right? Fine, I can keep my mouth shut unlike Deku. This counts as 219 minus 219, Deku. Yeah, fuck fine. You'll need that tiebreaker. What did you fucking say? Both of you can argue later. We have other matters to attend to. I have to ask you some questions, Midoriya. He asked me what happened and I told him everything. From my encounter with Handjob to my encounter with Dio. If it weren't for my lie detection quirk, I would have thought you were lying. This means a musician has been using his quirk as a god without any license. Before you say shit, you have to know that that's the same guy who killed Greek gods and other fucking gods. Detaining him is out of the fucking question. I doubt All Might would even be able to put a bruise on him, let alone touch him. Since he's a god, he can probably fuck with the rules of genetics and I'm sure he can cause the apocalypse if he felt like it. Or even thought about it. Maybe subconsciously. What I'm trying to say is, as dedicated as you are, there's no fucking way you can ever hope to beat Dio. He's also in another plane of reality that's similar to Afterlife. That's where the dead souls go to. So yeah, don't fuck with someone who could probably kill All Might in his prime just by blinking. That's the first time my mumbling didn't get interrupted. 𝗵𝗲 sighed. If you put it that way. He's practically a god. Even more so then. Never mind. That being said, he let you awaken a hidden power within you. He called it God tier. If that makes Deku a god, does that make me a godslayer? First of all, Kakin, it's not gonna turn me into a god. From what I can understand, anyone can probably unlock this if they put an effort to it. It's basically plus ultra on steroids. That hope power I gave you, I felt something. As if a lock got broken. Both you and Mirio got a chance to go god tier but I got no idea how. Dio probably removed all those locks to give me an advantage against 𝗵𝗲. I just don't know if you've also got hope powers or something else. Trust me lad, Mirio and Katsuki got another thing on them. Different from hope but just as powerful. That sums it up. Dio's talking in my mind. I chose not to mention it. That being said, I respect 𝗵𝗲's dedication to his job but I'd rather he not bit off more than he can chew. That goes the same with Eraserhead. Some quirks can't be erased. I made mine impossible to take away. Because God powers. Midoriya, you seem distracted. 𝗵𝗲 seemed to notice. No shit, he's a fucking detective. Nah, just thinking. I guess I can finally stay back in the line of support for you guys. Powering you up with hope powers. Well, that would have been the case if it weren't for the fact that he told me that I'll only be able to use it when either music power ain't enough or when I mastered it. Pow fuck. What the fuck was the 𝗃𝗃? Why the hell does he keep punching me? All Might offered you his quirk and you didn't accept. Fuck's sake, I just wanted to prove that I can do this without the fucking thing. We were touching foreheads at that point. You fucking lunatic. Didn't know you had it in you to say no to All Might of all people. Fine, the end will probably be me kicking your ass either way. Yeah, I got hope powers now. I'll master that. It's not a quirk though, so I'm still quirkless. Doesn't matter now, does it? If you two are willing to lay off the argument, I think the detective's still asking questions. I gave him a nod to signal him to continue. Okay, so, are there any information you learned from the villain? Handjob. He's a fucking man-child. Talks about video games. He got hands all over his body like some kind of fucked up fetishist. I'm pretty sure he called the one on his face father. Oedipus complex if you ask me. Other than that, I don't think he's a main leader with that attitude. The guy Mirio and Kaken blasted into outer space isn't even human anymore. Just talks in animal noises and grunts. He had multiple quirks, too. And there's the portal guy. Obviously the most dangerous one. If that Namo can't beat 3 students, it can't beat All Might. I think their main plan was to bisect All Might with the portal guy. Good thing he wasn't there. The guy finished listing off everything I said. I was getting tired anyway. Midoriya. We looked outside to see Todoroki with an unreadable expression. The fuck do you want? Leave it to Kaken to stay, what we were all thinking. Todoroki handed me the school phone and then walked out. It's Mom. Izuku. Definitely her. I could hear the crying from here. Is there really an attack while you were training? Are you okay? You can stay with Mei for the night since she's the nearest in Yua. We'll just talk over the phone when you get to her house. Please tell me they didn't hurt you. I really hate lying to her, but then again, I hate giving her a heart attack, too. It's not even on speakerphone and everyone's giving me an awkward look. I'm fine, Mom. All Might came and saved the day. Well, kinda. Kaken and I took care of some grunts. They're pretty easy to deal with, so there's nothing to worry about. Just call me when you get to Mei's house, okay? Okay, Mom. And I'm telling your father. Okay. I put down the phone and looked at Mei. Welp, I'm sleeping at your house tonight. We can figure shit while we're there. Everyone's language of us figuring shit out was about new equipment for me. The real shit is, where are we in our relationship? Sure, I faced everyone in that room. None of you are telling my mother. Got me? They all nodded. Fuck no, I ain't telling her shit. Do I look like I have a death wish? Ever since you mentioned how she could easily pull my arteries off my fucking heart out, I decided that I ain't messing with her. I can't even curse with her around. That got a nervous laugh from everyone. I assure you that unless you threaten me, in particular, she's harmless. Everyone's laughing nervously now. Just don't fuck with my mom. For the love of God, I also care about you guys. After a few more questioning, Tsukachi thanked me and left. Young Midoriya, we have so much to discuss. First off, you died. Actually died. Yeah, why? All Might bowed his head in shame. To think that I am your teacher. I have failed to protect all of you by neglecting my duties as a hero. Geez, it really can't be helped, so it ain't his fault at all. Shitty circumstances are at fault. Dio, do you control fate? No lad, fate's like an automatic machine. Think of it as a game RNG. You're bound to have some good rolls soon enough. Probably. Totally comforting. Look, Toshinori. There's no fucking way you could have known that a villain attack would have happened. There was also a moment where I couldn't have died if it weren't for a certain someone holding back. I tried to look for Todoroki only to not see him there. On the bright side, it looks like little dude got some cool powers. Fucking thank you for the optimism, bro. Mirio's the best optimist here. Good thing he also looks like Tintin, which adds to the effect. You're welcome, little dude. After some talk about my possible trauma, which is oddly non-existent, All Might sent us off to our respective classrooms. It's still not the end of the day though, but classes are suspended. Everyone was still there looking like someone just shit in their Oreos. You know it's bad when they had that face. Everyone looked at Kaken and I as we enter and came rushing at us. Midoriya. Are you okay? That's from Ada. Nah, man, I died. Legit died. Then God told me to kick the bird thing's ass. I did not tell you to kick its ass. I told you to send it to the Shadow Realm. You only gave me hope powers, Dio. That's a metaphor for kicking its ass. Is it too appropriate to joke about such thing? This is not a healthy way to cope, and so my role as our vice rep requires me to make you as comfortable as humanly possibly to relieve you of your trauma. The only motherfucker here who had trauma is Todoroki for fucking up. He held back and got me killed. Thanks for the offer though. To blame our fellow claws. Before you say anything, I specifically told him that his fire could cancel out that thing's regeneration. What did he do? Freeze that shit while the 3 of us were near it. Kaken escaped easily and so did Mirio. My guitar was frozen along with me and I was directly in front. You do that maths. Whose fault is it? Ida looked at me and then at Todoroki. I believe no one is fully at fault here, as no one would have expected the villains to invade our school of all things. You got a point, but what I said still stands. Holding back when you don't need to is gonna get someone killed. Todoroki is the prime example of exactly what the fuck happens when you don't do everything you can to save someone. Everyone looked at Todoroki, but not with anger but with pity. I don't have a problem with that. I pity what Kaken would do to him for fucking up something serious. He decided to stay quiet. Good enough. I had to tell these guys everything from how I died to how I met Dio. Underboss was not having it, and so was Ida. I'm sorry, Midoriya, if I find it hard to believe that. Simply having a rock star as a deity seems off stretch. Yes, it is, lass. Out of the sudden, Dio's voice boomed into the classroom. Everyone looked like they've seen a ghost. It's fun messing with people sometimes. I don't do it much, but it's fun when I do. Don't worry, I won't give them a heart attack. I'm just backing up your claims. Sure thing, Dio. Well, that's your answer, Underboss. Dio's apparently in my mind now. You forgot that with my quirk, I'm technically everywhere and nowhere at the same time. We kept talking about shit that went down in the USJ. Momo, Jiru, and Kaminari almost got killed in their zone. Apparently Kaken had to fight in hand-to-hand combat since Todoroki's ice prevents him from sweating that much. The door was melted and locked tightly so Ida wasn't able to get out and escape. Ajiro and Toru had to do hit-and-run tactics in the ruins zone while Takoyami and Koko had to fight in the rainfall zone. Damn, and all I did was play smoke on water underwater. Feels bad, man. Eventually, Ectoplasm came to dismiss us for the day. I met up with Mei and Kaken until we had to part ways in the train. Wear a condom, Deku. Really, Kaken? Fuck off. I'm trying to be helpful for once. Don't fucking die on me again. Useless nerd. Life's gonna be boring without someone that can keep up with me. Awa, thanks for being there for my boyfriend. Doesn't she think it's too fast to call us that? Then again, she's blushing and having some kind of regret while saying that. Fuck off, bitch. I'm going home. You two stay the fuck out of trouble. No cyborg alligators on a Ferris wheel or any carnival rides this time? Okay. Yeah, Kaken. Whatever you say. We went our separate ways and Mei and I went to her house for the night. Mei, for the love of Dio, stop taking pictures of me wearing these embarrassing pajamas. Nope, we're technically dating, so this is our first roleplay together. Or is it foreplay? You're seriously gonna take this too fast. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. She smiles sheepishly while rubbing the back of her head. We just talked about some upgrades and played video games, but it's pretty fucking obvious that we're avoiding a certain subject. You really should talk to her about it, lad. Relationships die before they start if you don't talk about it. He unfortunately had a point. Hey Mei, I think we should talk about some stuff. If you're talking about the upgrades, we already know we're talking about us. We're dating, but we don't know shit about dating. Kinda scary. How is it? We can figure it out, you know. Well, first of all, I'll be a hero. I'll probably get a lot of people that's gonna wanna hurt me in other ways. Through you, or my mom and dad and shit like that. And I don't know what the fuck I'll do, and it's slightly scaring the shit out of me. Actually, it's scaring the actual shit out of me. This is why I only had one friend in my former school, except he's not really that much of a friend, and shoowash. Now she's papping me. And then there's the hug. You worry too much. Your mom's the strongest woman I've seen. Your dad's got fire breath, and I can clearly defend myself. You got nothing to worry about. Let's just take this slow and steady, okay, babe? How the fuck does she always make me feel better? We are not calling each other babe. I'd rather with the first names. She nods her head and kissed me in the cheek. Oh, we'll eventually be calling each other pet names. This will be the greatest shit that's gonna happen to us other than that time you achieved God tier. Love's always the greatest thing to happen, as cliche as it is. Which is why Aphrodite shouldn't be the goddess of love, because she is a bitch that doesn't stick to her man. Hephaestus is a cool guy. I don't know why she'd cheat on him. Well, you know what they say. Cheerleaders don't go for nerds. Exactly why I hate American high school movies. You did have a harem back in middle school. Not like I asked for it. I hated harem animes more than anything. I'd rather die than get a harem. Okay, maybe bigamy and trigamy is fine, but more than that is shit. I could handle a little bit of love triangles or quadrants and shit like that. Hey Izuku, you talking to Dio? I guess you can say that. He's talking about the gods he took care of and shit. Next thing you know, his daughter dates the human form of 𝐴𝑍𝑜th and shit. Yeah, about that. You mean to tell me your daughter dated some tentacle porn monster? Do you even have a daughter? Well, a deity can get lonely sometimes. I only fell for 3 women in my life. The last one bore my daughter, the strongest demigod. She lived a life of peace until her death back then. She dated the human form of 𝐴𝑍𝑜th. Trust me, anyone who isn't godly would go insane at the sight of him. Mortal minds can't comprehend their true forms. That being said, I put 𝐴𝑍𝑜th back to sleep. If he wakes up, everything will cease to exist. Except me. Trust me when I said I had to recreate the entire universe. Well, I was distracted back then and subconsciously created this one. That being said, I should stop talking about hyperverses and the multiverses within it because you probably won't be able to cross it anyway. Don't worry about the eldritch beings and shit invading Earth. I drove Cthulhu and other motherfuckers away a long time ago. Okay, so yeah, DODID have a daughter. Same daughter DID date 𝗂𝗧𝗏 in his human form. I think we can call this a night. May switched off her PS6 and lied down on her bed. We were face to face this time around. Who knew eldritch monstrosities exist? Good thing Dio drove them out. Yeah, well, this is kind of fucking awkward. We are facing each other and I could definitely feel her breath from how close we are. Yep, let's make it less awkward then. She moved forward and gave me a light peck to the cheek. Okay, it just doubled it and we're both embarrassed. She faced the other direction and I did the same. Yep, this is omega awkward. Just mentioning omega makes me sick. Reminds me of those times I have to read. Even a literal deity fears what the human minds are capable of thinking of. Good night, Vlad. Good night, Dio. Good night, May. Yeah, I felt a hug from the back. Yeah, I could never get enough of this. I hugged her back this time. The next fucking morning. Wake up, Dio. It's probably still early. It's 8 in the morning. Get up, before your girlfriend starts feeling your morning wood. Okay, that got me up quick. Dio, what the hell? Hell's just another dimension. Not an afterlife. Demons are practically equivalent to humans but better and a lot more mischievous. They love playing pranks. Not what I needed to know right now, but why wake me up? I'll be giving you and your friends the basic of God tiers. 3 of you, to be more precise. You said you'd have a team, right? 3 pillars are still not enough. Along the way, you can find other people that you can trust. For now, it's these other 2. The ones who will take the spotlight while you stay hidden. Yeah, the media isn't really my strong suit. Kinda hated camera flashes in my face. Dad hated it, too, even though it comes with his job. That's why we live in a simple house. It's nice and comfy. A little bit of humility keeps me from being a complete asshole. Message them and tell them to meet you at the beach. Right. Rocking erection right now. Opened a memo on board 𝐷𝗲𝗏. Sorry for waking you 2 up, but Dio told me something that you guys need to know. Murderous explosives right now. Responded to memo. Me. Why the actual fuck would you wake me up at 8 in the fucking morning? On the concept of this whole shit. Remember when I touched both of you? 𝗵𝗃𝗲 bequest right now. Responded to memo. 𝗵𝗃𝗲𝗏, little dude. Apparently Dio, I had infected you with the power of God tiers. Basically speaking, Dio wants us to meet up in the beach. Unless you got training today. Mirio BB. Nah. Sir Knight IT old me to arrest. I guess I see you to make time for it. Me. Yeah, well, fuck both of you. I'm unlocking whatever this shit is and then kicking your ass with it. Deku. Obsessive machinations right now. Responded to the memo. Okay, seriously, isn't it too early for this shit? Better start early than late. Hypocritical considering you don't sleep without me. Oh fuck you. Banned from responding to memo. Okay boys, time to go back to sledge 𝗵𝗃𝗃 JFPF JWFJPPF Izuku is fucking up my 𝗬𝗏𝗏. Get off of 𝗬𝗏. Banned herself from responding to memo. Unbanned herself from responding to memo. Banned herself from responding to memo. Unbanned herself from responding to memo. Unbanned from responding to memo. Why are you banning yourself? May. Pretty fucked up if you asked me. This too. Me. Fine, I'll go by the beach. Do you know what it feels like getting banned? Nonenvuvdens. Banned himself from responding to memo. Unbanned himself from responding to memo. Banned himself from responding to memo. Unbanned himself from responding to memo. Get the fuck off me, mutant. Your boobs are fucking up my screen. I'm gonna inject nanomachines through your dick in your sleep. Why don't you just do it now all the way up to my brain? Maybe I will, asshole. Me. I'm not exactly there, but at this fucking point, I think they're sharing a fucking phone to argue with each other. A little too cute. BB. Yeah, 𝐼𝐶NGO with TH at. Okay, fuck this. Everyone just go to the beach this morning. Banned me from responding to memo. Banned BB from responding to memo. Banned from responding to memo. Unbanned from responding to memo. Hey, you can't ban me from my own memo. Fuck you can't ban me from my own memo. It looks to me that I recently just did. Shit. It looks to me that I recently just did. Fuck this. Fuck this. Close the memo. Okay, you either give me my phone back, or I'll launch you out of the cannon directly aimed towards the beach. It's not like she could do that. Not like you could do that. A few minutes later. OMFG she can. I was screaming and flying through the air. The beach was getting closer and I could see Kaken and Mirio. I landed face first into the water and I had to swim back to mainland. Kaken was laughing all the way. Yeah, laugh it up. You didn't give back 𝗏𝗏𝗏's phone, didn't you, Deku? He says in between the laughs. Mirio chuckled a little bit before getting to the point. Okay, little dude, these god tiers you're talking about. Might I seems interested with me getting it. It's exactly why we're here, to figure it out. Dio mentioned something about it being different or the same for each person. If mine is hope, I wouldn't really know about you guys. This is where I come in, lads. Dio suddenly appears in a flash of light. Hope powers and then landing into the water. Holy diver, am I right? Dio, that rocker motherfucker is with us today. Deku. There goes my entire worldview of thinking heaven exists. Not necessarily. Dio is here and not here at the same time. Izuku is correct. Do not worry, Mirio. Heaven does exist and I have reserved a place for all of you. Unless you guys want to go to Valhalla. Fuck yeah, I want to go to Valhalla. Kakin in a nutshell right there. I'm just here to conveniently explain the concept to you lads. All of us were about to ask something but he held up his hand. When Dio talks to you, you fucking listen. Okay, so achieving God tiers vary between different realities. It just so happens that I can help you unlock it. Letting your God tier be borrowed will also open the receiver's God tier. There are 4 gates that you must unlock to gain full access to it. Think of but actually worth doing. I unlocked Izuku's first and second gate. The 2 of you unlocked your first gate. The first gate is a lot more passive than you think since it only amplifies your stats. You can probably lift a car by now or in Mirio's case, a truck. There are also special enhancements depending on what your God tier is on a passive level. Izuku's special enhancement have something to do with team buffs and motivation. I know about the 2 of yous, but where's the fun in not learning it yourself? That being said, like Izuku mentioned, different aspects mean different abilities in the second, third, and fourth gates. The second gate lets the active state activate in times of need. With the third gate, you can activate it with a time limit, while the fourth gate does not give you any time limitations at all. Izuku got a lot of things with him which is related to hope, belief, motivation, and positivity. The God tiers themselves can vary. In this reality, it depends on what you give to others, what others give you, what you have the most, what you turn into the most, or what you use the most. Izuku's got a lot of motivation and belief in him, so there's that. There are 12 different God tiers and it's up to you to find out all of them, though it's very optional. Okay, that's a lot to take in. Admittedly, it is. What the actual fuck? You expect us to figure out all of these? You can't. You son of a bitch. I'll fucking figure it out on the way to the fucking top, then. Brave of you. Then he vanished. He's part of your creation, isn't it, you fucking author? What is Bakugo talking about, little dude? I don't know. He keeps mentioning some kind of author. When you think about it, this could have been a very bad fanfic. Haha, you're right. Alright, let's see if I can drop a car on someone. I tried to lift the nearest car in this dump. Deku was too busy complaining how people keep dumping shit in the beach. Mirio was busy consoling him. I tried everything but I still can't lift the car. Why the fuck is it not working? Kakin, I think Dio was just fucking with us. Oh, for fuck's sake. First, the author and then Dio. Izuku's right. Not everyone becomes passively strong. On the bright side, the angrier you are, the stronger you'll get. I suggest that all of you take it easy. These types of things come naturally. What the fuck does he even mean by that? What the fuck is he even talking about, Deku? I don't fucking know. Some sort of old man wisdom that we'll eventually find the meaning of in the most dire of situations or really important event, I think. That's weirdly specific, little dude. I've read enough books to know that shit might happen though. That being said, Izuku wishes to talk about something else entirely. What do you even want to talk about early in the fucking morning? That shit stain had the fucking nerve to pretend to think about it in front of me. Fucking spill. Calm the fuck down, Kakin. I've been thinking. Wow, you can think, Deku. Yeah, sure. Anyways, that disintegrated wall and shit. I think Handjob did that. Way to say the obvious. Let me guess. He also snuck in and got our class schedule to see when All Might would be isolated. Part of it, but there's a flaw in there. What flaw, little dude? You seriously can't tell me that UA got shitty security. I mean, even if he manages to get through the walls, there's no way he would actually be able to get past security alarms or even encountering one of the teachers. The fucker had a point. That could only mean one thing. There's a fucking traitor among us. I didn't give him the satisfaction of saying that. Too bad he didn't seem to give a fuck. Right. We can't tell the school of this shit yet. You sure, little dude? I mean, shouldn't we be able to alert them of a possible traitor? Yeah, but what if they started suspecting each other? What if that started in fighting among teachers? All Might being the traitor is out of the question though. It's obvious why. He's a fucking Padawan. Padawan? Don't you mean Boy Scout? That's for Superman. Fuck you and your stupid obsession of trying not to go mainstream but still failing horribly at doing so. Likewise, Mary Sue. Dafuck did you just call me? I said while tiny explosions spark out of my hand. Yeah. I've got a lot of candidates of who could have been a traitor. I'm gonna give you who I think it is, while Mirio tries to give some name of possible ones too. How come I don't get to say who the traitor might be? You're gonna assume that everyone who looked at you the wrong way is a traitor. Fucking fair enough. So Deku told us all the possible candidates, which are definitely shocking but not entirely. Mirio had some suspicions of his own, but he said that it's better to ask them himself. So that's who we think are the possible traitors. That being said, we can deal with that shit sometime later. The guys who attacked us are most likely gonna lay low for a while before they do it again. Most fucking likely. I would have hunted them down, but I ain't gonna get myself kicked out of UA in my first fucking week. Not like we knew where to find them, angry dude. Fuck did you call me, Fallout Boy? Oh, that reminds me of that band I legit like called. For fuck's sake. I only got myself to blame when this fucker started explaining the entire history of a fucking emo band of all things. It went on for 5 hours and he haven't even noticed Mirio leaving after he was called by some hero he was interning for. Apparently, he interned for All Might's former sidekick or some shit like that. After a few more hours, Deku finally stopped with his bullshit and was confused as to where Tintin went. You've talked about Fallout Boy for 7 hours straight, dumbass. It's a fucking miracle that I've even stayed here to listen. Oh damn, better get back home then. This son of a bitch. I decked him in the face and he reciprocated by kicking me in the stomach. Kakin, what the hell? You wasted my time over some emo band, you useless fucking nerd. And the both of us continued fighting. He gave me a few bruises while he got a few cuts of his own. The old hag kicked the shit out of me when I got home, which is very unfortunate. After some reflecting, I realized something. It wasn't Deku's fault at all. It was the fucking author's fault for making Deku say that fucking shit without his fucking control just to fucking annoy me. Fuck you, author. Katsuki, shut the fuck up or I will use that power 𝗬𝗵𝗲 gave me to kick your ass to the moon and back. Okay, still, fuck you. Izuku's POV. It's been 2 days since the USJ attack. Everyone's still a bit on the edge, but nothing bad's happening. It's still 10 minutes before classes start, so I'm gonna have to talk about this shit. I walked up to the teacher's desk and dropped a bomb. If it was Kakin, that might have been literal, but I digress. There's a traitor in this school. Deku, what the fuck? I was trying to see anyone with any odd reactions. Whoever this traitor is, they're damn good. You can't just accuse any of us without any motives and shit like that, piece of shit. Jiru had the right peace of mind for this, except I do have a reason to suspect some people over here. Let's start with Mineta. W what? Why me? Yeah, Deku. Why that fucking cowardly pervert anyway? I thought you listened well last weekend. Fuck no, I just tuned everything out. Of course, never mind that. The fact that he's a cowardly pervert is the reason that he's a possible traitor. What do you mean? Cowardly, pervert. There's a possibility that he's a traitor just as much as he is also a victim. Half of it. His cowardly trait would have made him the victim if they threatened his life. His pervertedness is wait, is that even a word? Underboss. No, thanks. Anyway, him being a shitty pervert also makes me think that they offered him sex in return of information from the school. Combine that cowardly pervert trait, and I'm pretty sure he would let his own parents die with no regret if it means that he'll stay alive or he gets to fuck someone. Is that how you really think of me, Midoriya? Yep, I mean, if you haven't taken the fucking hint. The girls really hate you for groping them. The girls nodded in unison almost robotically. Damn, I got no words. Is that how you guys really think? Kaminari looked away sheepishly away from Mineta. I gotta fix my act, or I kill you if you don't. Epiphany is aside. Another posse Midoriya. Sorry to interrupt, but class is almost starting, so please take a seat. Ada points out. Time's up. Already. Damn, I took a seat. I wonder who's the teacher gonna be. There's no way Aizawa would be able to get up from that injury for a few days. Sue was speaking everyone's mind. The door opened to reveal a mummy. Good morning, class. You're too dedicated. All of us screamed. Glad to see you doing well, sensei. Midoriya, last time I've heard, you've died. Not important. Of course, your fighting is not over. Our fight. More villains. Where those fuckers at? Kakin, you are not hunting down those guys. Fuck off, I can do what I. Silence. UAS Sports Festival is coming up. That's so normal. Everyone screamed. Not really. That's a chance to get some pros to recognize you, but it's bullshit that it had to be broadcasted. Any smartass villains would have figured out our weaknesses by the time we got out of school if we just broadcasted our quirks like that. How is Midoriya the only rational man in this room? Sir Aizawa, you are wrong. Whatever you say. The Olympics were once the world's sports festival. It was replaced by our own sports festival. That's bullshit and you know it, Aizawa. The Olympics ain't getting replaced. Everyone knows that this is bullshit advertising. Kakin says, part of what we have to say, Bakugo. Watch that language, by the way. The heroes will be hiring us as sidekicks once we graduate. A lot of them never went solo. That's gonna be you, Denki. Jiru retorts, how are they already on a first-name basis? All of you would be getting some good experience when you manage to catch the eye of a well-known pro during the festival. Your time is limited to only 3 years to be recognized. I suggest that you show them what you're made of and are worthy of their attention. After that, he fell on his face and caterpillared his way out of the classroom. Are you listeners ready? Oh yeah, it was English class with present mic. 4 hours later. Fucking finally. Some lunch. Everyone was a lot excited about the upcoming sports festival. Kaken and I agreed to meet each other in the finals. Man, I'm pumped as fucked. Hiroshima, calm down, but I do have to admit that I am also excited to be participating in such a worldwide event. I gotta agree with Ida on this one. We were doing some small talk, but I suddenly sensed some kind of killing intent. Deku, Bakugo, Ida. I turned around to see Chestnut with a really unchestnut-like face. Let's do our best. Fuck happened to you, round face? I'm gonna win this. Oh, she's pumped. I'm not gonna make it easy for you, round face, but I accept your fucking challenge. Ditto, I added. Don't even think about making it easy for me or I will yeet you to the fucking moon. Katsuki. Okay, now that's just straight up scary. Deku, I think I'm attracted. It's just a phase. Kaken, you're not each other's type. Come to think of it, I never really asked why Chestnut wanted to be a hero. We were walking to the cafeteria when I asked her about it. She looked a bit ashamed. Money. Oh, everyone got their reasons. At least it's not as bad as mine is. I tried to console her. Kaken doesn't really care. Rather, he'd be a hypocrite if he criticized her reasons, which is why he stayed quiet. I'm really sorry that it sounds really selfish. What's wrong about wanting to live a comfortable lifestyle? Gotta agree with Ida there, Chestnut. I'm still caught off guard though. My dad runs a construction business, but it's really bad. We're getting poorer by the minute. Wouldn't your quirk help with that? Exactly. That's what I keep telling Dad, but he told me to chase my dreams of becoming a hero. He'd be happier with that. He said that after I managed to make it big, I'd take them to Hawaii. So I'll be a great hero and score big, and after that, Mom and Dad can live a comfortable life. Touching. I can relate to that, in a sense. Dad wants me to follow my dreams and even helped me with that. You're not bad for wanting that type of shit. As long as you're saving lives and shit like that, you can never be a bad hero who's in it for the money. 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝐵𝗺𝗺. Will you eat lunch with me? All Might suddenly appeared with a bento. Like a schoolgirl. Chestnut did that spit laugh thing. Welp, I'm off. Yeah, see you later, Deku. Heh, dork. That's pretty new, Bakugo. No one asked you, round face. Do you have any idea why All Might would want to talk with Midoriya? None of my business. Probably some concern over him dying. I followed All Might to his office and he quickly got back to his small might form. We both sat down and he poured me some tea while I eat from my bento he prepared for me. First of, young 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗵 offered to make me new functioning organs. Of course, it's already too late to fully restore me to my former glory, but those transplants would allow me to live a full life. I'm not one to doubt her, but yeah, you can trust her. I mean, she built me a new spine. A new spine. When? Long time ago, but I'd rather not talk about it. It's one of the most important and definitely most painful moment of my life. Hurts a lot more than getting punched with full force by that fucking Namo. I will not ask then. If you told me that I could trust young 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗵, then I shall. She's a bit crazy, but we all know that I'm crazier. She can fix you up. It'll take a long time for her to make a functioning organ though, so I ask you to be patient. That being said, what's the other topic? All Might. I can wait. Are you sure you're okay with this whole dying thing? I already said I'm fine. It did fuck up my worldview, but I'm still sane. I actually got new powers out of it, so yeah. Doesn't fucking matter if I'm quirkless. I got hope powers. I see. Your sports festival is coming up, correct? Yeah. You want me to do my best. And to make sure you tell the world that you are here. You're quirkless, but you're never powerless. I want you to prove it here in the festival by winning. Regardless of whether you win though, I'll still be proud of you. That's what you told Mirio, didn't ya? Oh, and let me guess, you want me to tell Kaken about that, right? Well, nah, I get it. You're just telling me to do what I'm already going to do. My best. He smiled after I said that. Almost like a second dad to me. Good. Well, I'm off. Thanks for the encouragement, Dad. All Might coughs out some blood after what I said. 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗵𝗺𝗺. Are you trying to give me a heart attack? Meanwhile, during a tour. Hisashi, are you okay? I'm fine. I just suddenly felt jealous all of a sudden. Back to school. Or rather, after school. Izuku, I got the shit. Mei handed me a bag at the gates. Wow. Thanks for fixing my power suit, Mei. For a second there I thought you meant something else. I apologize for my quick assumptions, 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗵. Ida bows. What did he even assume it to be? Dude, there's going fast and then there's going too fast. That's exactly what I told Izuku last night. Mei, we didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. Not while I'm sleeping, right? PFFT. I can do anything. Like that one time I replaced your spine. Replaced your what? The only thing you can't do is the fact that you can't keep shit from exploding like that one time. We don't talk about that shit. 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗵𝗺𝗺. What did she mean replace your spine? Ada is now doing 600 karate chops per second while Chestnut is clearly getting her mind blown. Kaken is looking at me expectantly. You gonna tell Deku? Nah, not right now, at least. I waved off their concerns. They still look a bit worried and I can't really blame them. Getting told about someone who was their friend's spine getting replaced at some point in their lives is not a good bomb to drop right now. No, seriously, you guys should stop worrying too much about me. I'm fine, if you say so, Midoriya. They both calmed down and we went our merry ways. It was Tuesday and we're 2 weeks away from the sports festival. And 1 week away from our midterms. Classes were the same as before, but exactly after we're done for the fucking day, since there were no hero classes on Tuesday other than last week, which is part of the hero class orientation. We're being crowded by a bunch of guys. What's going on? Chestnut has been asking the right questions. What are they even here for? Midget needs to stop technically repeating the previous questions. They're obviously scouting out the competition. Traitor. Is that really my new nickname? Hey, you're a suspect. We're the fuckers who just survived a villain attack. 23 versus hundreds of M. They wanted to take a look for themselves before the sports festival. Minda was looking at me expectantly while shakily pointing at Kaken. What? That's him on his less pissed days. Ugh, get out of my fucking way, fuckers. Gotta train for that #1 spot in the sports festival. 𝐒𝐭𝐚𝐲, you can't just declare that you'd be #1. And what about it, glasses? No point in trying, but there's a point in doing what you need to fucking do. That's why I'm fighting all my way to that sweet spot, and don't you fuckers hold back on me. He screams threateningly to the crowd. He's not screaming death threats yet, so I'm not gonna bother. Didn't know that you're a class full of cocky motherfuckers. Aw shit. I stood up from my seat and went just behind Kaken. Are all you guys in the hero course like this? It's a guy with purple hair and a zombie look. Are all you rejects look like zombies? Okay, he's not screaming death threats yet. Gotta say, my expectations lowered a little bit after meeting you. Those of us who didn't make it to the hero course are stuck in Gen Ed. Depending on the results of that sports festival, we might replace one of you. For a Gen Ed kid like me, this is some good opportunity. Consider this as my declaration of war. Damn, this guy got some balls. I looked at Kaken to see what he'd say, but all he did was smirk. 𝗧𝗏, right back at you, Walker. Hey, don't you forget about me. I quote him from Class 1B next door. Some Kirishima knockoff looking guy came into view directly in front of us. He looks pissed but can't really hold a candle to Kaken's rage. I came to see the guys who fought some villains, but all I see is some arrogant bastards. I bet you like flaunting around the fact that you get to beat up a bunch of bad guys on a daily basis makes you a bunch of assholes. Oh, he did it now. This is where I have to step in. Oh fucking K. This is where I fucking step in between you two fuckers. First of all, there are only 3 assholes in this class. Kaken, Todoroki, and me. Second of all, we are not flaunting around the fact that we just fought a bunch of villains. If you think it's like the comic book where we just punched our way out of the fucking thing, then you're wrong, you stuck-up son of a bitch. I meant it when I indirectly called your mother a bitch because you, sir, are a dumbass to think that almost getting killed is an excuse to be fucking arrogant. No, it fucking doesn't, and only a fucking lunatic would do that. Call me insane, but I am not bragging about a near-death experience, especially when I just got punched by a guy with strength enhancer quirk times 10 straight to a fucking wall, which broke every fucking bone in my body. And would have killed me for real if it weren't for Recovery Girl. If you think this whole thing is so fucking easy, I fucking invite you to get punched like that in the fucking face and tell me that it's fucking easy. I was panting and Kaken was uncharacteristically patting me in the back. Jegus fucking crust. Calm the fuck down, Deku. If you want to talk about that shit you went through, you got your fucking girlfriend. And maybe me, since I would want you in your top condition when we fucking fight. Still though, stop freaking your friends out like a total dumbass. The Kirishima knockoff was still freaked out by my outburst. Sorry for the shit, dude, but everything I fucking said is real. Including the part with your mother. Especially that part. Don't insult people who got a near-death experience. I walked past him with Kaken on my back to make sure I don't flip my shit. We met up with May at the entrance and she told us here planned to make her opponent as a living advertisement for her invention. I was too fucking out of it to get out my usual snark, but May was cool with it. Guy needs to get shanked to at least get a feel of what you guys gone through, right? Finally, 𝐼𝐵 said something useful. Fuck did you say? The next day isn't really something I would have wanted to talk about, but it's still normal compared to the next 2 years of my fucking life. We're going back to the USJ. This time, we're doing rescue training for real. Are you sure it's safe, sensei? I'm on board with what Momo's saying. For all we know, there could be one more villain holdup that could have taken one of us hostage when they get a chance. I can assure you, Yaoyorozu, that the whole USJ is now safe. An hour later, that fucking reassurance is bullshit and you know it, sensei. Kaken had the right mind on this one. Of course, the rescue training was going pretty well. Kaken was actually cooperating, though he still refused to get along with Todoroki. I can understand why. I'm not too keen with teaming up with him either, but fuck it. Heroes gotta put the innocence over personal matters. That's something that's gonna be hard for Kaken and I, maybe even a few others. Chestnut was doing really great with her shit, though I'm sure this is where she wants to specialize in. I'm more on the combat support guy, though I could definitely hold my own. 𝐭𝐚𝐲's the fuck shit up kind of guy, but he does well in these things. That being said, it went to shit when I accidentally foreshadowed a villain with a strength enhancer quirk managed to take Todoroki hostage and level the city in USJ. Fucking perfect. All the time that I learned about 𝐒𝐴 being the younger brother of 𝗵𝗍𝗄 while we were trying to run away. 𝐭𝐴𝐴 was currently fighting with the big guy who just shook off all his explosions and countered with a punched-powered wind which blew him back. I went around to try and flank him and sent a compulsive laser which he easily dodged out of the way. All of us banded together against the villain to fuck this guy up. The guy tried to make a grab for me, but 𝐒𝐴 kicked the hand out of the way before grabbing me and hightailing out of there. That was part 1 of the plan. See what he was capable of with 𝐒𝐴 being my get-out-of-jail-free card. Hope powers ain't coming, so that means that we don't really need some godly powers to beat this guy. He decided to throw some fucking debris at us, but Aoyama and Ajiro intercepted for us with his apparently newfound staff weapon that he fucking chucked at a debris. Where did he get that weapon from? Doesn't matter right now. Chestnut, make me weightless, I said as I activated my nanotech power suit. She did while I told Minta to prepare his hair on a nearby debris. Underboss, 𝗧𝗲, keep that fucker from moving. Underboss pulled a cannon out of fucking nowhere and shot a net bomb at him while 𝗧𝗲 shot out one of his tapes. It immobilized the villain for exactly 5 seconds before managing to break out, but that gave 𝐭𝐴𝐴 enough time to blast the fucker to hell and back, but that still ain't enough as he threw 𝐭𝐴𝐴 away. Minta, gimme one of your hair. He quickly threw it at me. 𝐒𝐴, 𝗵𝘃𝗍𝗵 chuck me at that sucker. But, trust me, he got no choice but to comply as I grabbed his legs and threw me at a really high speed. Chestnut deactivated her quirk at just the right moment, enough for me to grab Todoroki with Minta's quirk and blast the villain point blank with a volume-maximized guitar chord. That threw him back, but he quickly stood his ground. Do you really think that's enough, hero? I know it ain't, but he'll be, I said as I pointed at 𝐭𝐴𝐴, who was now at the villain's face when he pulled the pins from both his gauntlets. Die. That launched the fucker back up all the way to the debris filled with Minta's balls. He was legitimately stuck. Now, let's see who this fucker really is. 𝐭𝐴𝐴 threateningly let sparks out of his hands, but the villain continues to protest. Wait. Young 𝗵𝘃𝗲 Young Bakugo. Wait a minute. Only one guy says that, and it's... A guy pulls his mask off to reveal that it was All Might. I am here. All Might. He fucking laughed in our face. I was trying to see if you can still handle the horrors of villainy after the 𝗬𝗏 attack. It seems that you're all doing well, especially you, young Midoriya. Especially me indeed, All Might. Little did All Might know, he pissed off the class. That's not how you make sure that we're okay. DUMBASS. They all screamed in unison while they started kicking the symbol of peace. You're in on this, aren't you, Icy Hot? I'm sorry. Fuck's sake. You're just like your father. That seems to hit a nerve as he glares at both of us. Huh, he must have hated that guy. Well, that marks the end of our 3rd day before USJ. This is gonna be fun. I don't even fucking know anymore. Why, oh why, do I always come with these two in times of trouble? There's 2 reasons. 1, they might get themselves killed in their shenanigans. 2, they might make me look bad. More emphasis on the first reason, though. Now we're in the principal's office with Sir Aizawa for not asking permission on testing Deku's fucking power suit and proceeded to accidentally blow up 2 classrooms in the process. Sir's pinching his nose at this point. This was our 3rd time getting in trouble in 4 weeks. Why is it when something happens, it's always you 3? To be perfectly honest, Sir, May has a bit of an exploding problem. Might even rival 𝐭𝐴𝐴's. Don't make this any worse, Deku. You're a fucking idiot for testing it in the fucking support workshop. Okay, yeah, it was definitely my fault. Sorry isn't enough. You'll be hold your tongue, Eraserhead. I'll be calling the shots on this one. The 3 of them have the potential to be great heroes and inventors. I say that we give these 3 some chances to grow out of this exploding habit. It would be unfair to just let them go. Our teacher gave us a glare before looking back at Nezu and nodding. Fine. Remember, Aizawa, expelling students that annoy you is not a valid reason to do so. I understand. Or else, I'll be contacting your father. That seems to get a reaction out of him. I saw a glint of fear in his eye. Okay, I promise I won't expel anyone that annoys me. That being said, you 3 will not go unpunished. You have 3 weeks of detention and a 2-page reflection on what you did. This will be in effect after your sports festival and your internships, do you understand? All of us bowed before the mouse bear guy. Yes, sir. He waved his hand that signals us to leave. You may go now. I would tell you to not cause any more trouble, but that would seem naive. At the very least, keep it at a minimum. With all that shit said and done, we continue our shit for the rest of the day. The week passed by with more hero training and our own training for the sports festival. Not the type of shit you fuckers would bother knowing. The fucking weekends came with both our parents wishing us luck for the festival. Auntie and Co and my parents are staying at Auntie's house while Izuku's dad would be going to the festival himself. He cancelled his own tour to watch his son. Good thing his fans are understanding about him being a father. At this point, everyone's at the prep room getting ready for the big win. Apparently Deku and I had to do some kind of speech which neither of us prepared for. Is everyone good and ready for the festival? Everyone nodded. Wish I coulda wore my costume for this one. It'd be too unfair for the fucks in the other department. You know, raccoon eyes, it really is unfair. I would have pulled the pin on those fuckers if I wanted to. Besides, what's the fun of easily winning the tournament by a shitty type of advantage? I looked at Deku, who was only wearing his PE uniform with his modified speaker shoes and his guitar. Not wearing the belt, Deku. Nah, they only allowed me with 1 mods. Support gets to have as much as they fucking want though, so be careful with me. Why do I need to be careful with? Oh right, bitch got a laser rifle powered by the sun and whoop to fucking do, it's daytime. That and other machineries from her disposal. She could go full Voltron on our ass if she wanted to. Midoriya, there he is, the man of the fucking hour. Icy hot. I'm sorry for what happened to the USJ. At least he had the balls to actually apologize for his own mistake. Nah man, we're cool. As long as you're gonna start using that power of yours. It's more complicated than you think. Your dad's endeavor, ain't it? Your family name gave it away. Don't worry, I can understand your daddy issues, but don't you ever let it get people killed. Once was already enough. Icy hot flinched when Deku implied his death due to how much he fucked up. How could you possibly know what my situation is? Endeavor got a fire quirk. You got a burn on your face, specifically your left side. Only an idiot would think that Endeavor's an okay hero. That, and you got the same eyes as your dad, full of spite and hatred or whatever those fantasy movies call it. Thing is, by trying not to be like him, you ended up being like him. Oh, that pissed Icy hot off while the others looked away sheepishly for not realizing his parenthood sooner. I am not like that. That monster. Believe me, Icy hot, Endeavor's no monster. You wouldn't believe how much worse any human can be than a monster if given some obsession. Good thing Deku called me out on my bullshit after. Yeah, after something. Subtle way of implying shit. Kaken's right. Stop holding back. It's your power, not his. Icy hot looks like he's having an epiphany or some shit. I don't fucking know. Author, do you know this shit? No? Hot, fucking useless as usual. Got any more to say? Todoroki, I'm going to beat you. That's all he said right in front of the class. The tension's really thick, but I'm waiting on what Deku's gonna say. He just looked at me, walked past Icy hot, and said, see you at the finals, Kaken. Oh shit, he did not just say that. He did not just say that. 𝗂𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 answer. That just riled everyone up. How the fuck does that nerd motivate people without even trying? Oh yeah, his fucking passive. Hope powers and shit, I guess. We walked out to the stadium filled with a bunch of crowds and heroes watching us left and right. And here are the stars of the show, Class 1A. All Might told me to tell you to do your best, you know. Wait, why am I having sudden flashbacks? Yeah, fuck off. Oh, for fuck's sake, you're forcing me to have random flashbacks now. Fine, I'll fucking go with it. I'll win. Following behind is Class 1B, who are also students of the Hero course, Class C, D, and E for the general studies with the support course and business course just behind. Damn, this crowd's a lot more than last year. I can't even see where my dad is. By then, some kind of fire erupted from the stands with a man holding out his hand in a rock symbol towards Deku. Oh, there he is. Hey dad, how Auntie and Co tolerates both these fuckers bullshit, I will never know. Jegus fucking crust. Deku, shut the fuck up. Shit's about to start. Just in time as a crack of a whip silenced everyone in the arena. And with that, the first year's umpire, Midnight, has started things off. There she fucking is, in her full commando outfit. Mostly full commando. Shit's colored like her skin, which can be misleading for the weakest of minds. On the side note, the winner gets to challenge Japan's number 2 hero, Endeavor. Oh, now I'm even more pumped up. Looks like Icy Hot livened up a bit. Now for the athlete's oath. She's posing seductively. I swear, she's just one statutory rape away from getting fired. That and because she might have an illegitimate child here somewhere. You never fucking know with these sex-crazy heroes. Is she even allowed to dress like that in a high school? She's just a child molestation case waiting to happen, I'm telling you. Shut it, Midoriya. Oh, she fucking heard Deku say that. Anyways, your student representatives are Midoriya Izuku and Bakugo Katsuki. Both are from Class 1A. Why those two? Shitty hair got the right fucking idea. Oh, it's just a waste of my time. Probably because they placed first in the exams. Don't you mean the hero course exams? My fucking point exactly. Deku and I did a quick rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first, and I take satisfaction of winning. I stepped up with the microphone in hand. I pledged to win. That pissed everyone off. Everyone in my class must be expecting this, but they're shocked all the same. Deku's giving me an exasperated look. Arrogant bastard. I'll take you down. Ha, I'd like to see shitty hair too. Electric Boogaloo tried to do exactly that. Why must you disrespect the importance of an athlete's quote, 𝐵𝑃𝑃𝐻𝐻𝐿? The karate chops are strong in this one. I shrugged and gave the microphone to Deku. I could just sense his dad laughing at a distance. Sorry for that guy. He's not giving any context, but he does have a point. If you're all here while expecting to lose, then you might as well go home. That thought of losing is basically the same as giving up. You'll know when you already lost, but by then, it's time to start in actually trying to win, you unconfident bastards. Don't half-ass this tournament just cause you can. If you Gen Eds really want to get in the hero course, you better be ready for the biggest obstacles in your way, Class 1A and Class 1B. If you don't think getting to that course is impossible for you, well, think again. I'm quirkless, assholes, and I'm in the hero course. Okay, that sparked an outrage all over the stadium. Deku's dad is laughing a lot louder now. You fucking tell him, son. Thanks, Dad. This is a chance for us to do our best and win. And that's what Blasty and I are gonna do. I pledge to do my best and win. He dropped the mic and walked off the stage with a smile on his face. Fuck his unbeatable charisma. Or whatever the fuck that ability of his to spout out bullshit inspiration out of his ass within seconds. That was an interesting speech, eh, Eraser? They both hold truth on what they said. If you aren't here to win, then why bother coming? Well said, Eraser, but without further delay, let's get the first event going. Some jackpot machine started rolling. The first event is always speed-based and are meant to weed out the competition. The machine starts slowing down to reveal the first event, Obstacle Course. The Obstacle Course is a race between every class. It's a 4-kilometer lap around the stadium. The school's selling point is its freedom. You can do anything as long as you don't go off course. And no, that doesn't mean that you're allowed to critically injure anyone, Bakugo. 𝗬𝗧. There goes all of my plans. The class gave me a nervous glance. What even is your plan, dude? Asked Shitty Hair. Nana, KIRISHIMA, don't. Nana UFUCKIN business, Shitty Hair. Racers, get in your positions. Shit's about to start. I quickly got in front while Deku, for some reason, stays at the back. Show off. Get ready. Everyone's starting to tense up. I put my hands behind me for a quick propulsion off the gate. It's bound to be fucking full in there and I don't want to get stuck for any crowd control quirks. Izuku's POV. The race started off great. I could see Ojiro flying through the air with a cloud and I'm pretty sure there's Toru latching on. Now I know why he calls his quirk Monkey King. The gate's pretty tight. I could feel the cold and instinctively hopped. That was the right choice since Todoroki froze half the competition. The rest of Class 1A managed to escape the ice with Todoroki in the lead and Kaken being in close second. Ojiro's Nimbus must have run out and he decided to go on foot. That purple-haired guy from the Gen Ed is being carried by some guys. You're not getting away that easily. Todoroki. Mind is unexpectedly gaining on Todoroki by using his balls as an improvised spring. Get a load of my killer move. Grape, and then he got shot out of the sky by a robot. Shit. And here's the first obstacle of the race. The same 0 pointers from the entrance exam. Welcome to Robot Hell. And Todoroki managed to freeze all of them. I took up my guitar and started playing a riff. Everyone, get away. They did as green energy flows through my guitar as I fired at the frozen giants. It got vaporized again like in the entrance exams. Only this time, my guitar isn't broken. Thanks, May. And in one fell swoop, Class 1A's quirkless wonder took out most the 0 pointers. The shock value was enough for me to get past the rest of the racers who were too much in awe of my guitar's awesomeness. I can't really blame them. The ones that didn't get vaporized fell on Kirishima and Kirishima 2, Electric Boogaloo. They both punched their way out of the robot. Copycat. I'll just comfort him later. Kaken was still ahead of me and was following behind Todoroki. Behind him was Siro and Takoyami with Ojiro coming in close alongside Toru. For a girl with an invisibility quirk, she's pretty fast. Looks like the current leaders of the race is her class, ain't it, Eraser? Not that the other classes are bad. My class had recently experienced the consequences of hesitating. And they are being influenced by their de facto leader and a student with anger issues, ironically. Wonder who that de facto leader Sir Aizawa is talking about. I was too busy thinking that until I started falling. Would have been bad if I didn't have my shoes. I just jumped back to the start. Now for the pit zone. Watch out or you'll fall to your untimely death. You wouldn't actually die. There's a bunch of Nedzu dolls below to cushion your fall. Hey, asshole. I looked around to see May fully decked in some Attack on Titan shit. Hey, May. Having a good time. The solar rifle worked great with the robots. I could have been in the hero course if I wanted to. See you on the other side. And now she's off, swinging all over the fucking place like Levy. That your girl, Midori. Pinky suddenly appeared behind me and got me jumping in shock, resulting in another fall down the pit and another guitar chord. Sorry about that. Yeah, she's my girl. That means I'm no longer available, ladies. I gave them a salute before using the shit I learned from Gran Torino to start crossing the pit. Sue was following closely behind since she's a frog. Ada's lamely crossing through the tightropes. Todoroki's still holding the lead, but Kaken and Mei is closing in on him. Zero, Takoyami, and Ajiro decided to fall back for a bit to rest. Shoji's fucking flying. Toru's nowhere to be seen. Suspicious. Look at Mei Hatsum from the support course, swinging around expertly with her machineries. Combine that with her aiming skills along with her laser rifle, she could have made it to the hero course if she wanted to. And with that, the racers finally make it to the final barrier to winning the first event. A minefield. Of course, it doesn't actually kill you, but it's flashy all the same. At this point, the racers would have to slow down to get through this obstacle. Sir Aizawa says as a mine explodes and launches a guy off course. That's gotta hurt. Todoroki looks like he's struggling to get by while Kaken is easily flying through the whole thing. They're talking to each other. 𝗬𝗂𝐢's not the only motherfucker that you need to watch out for. 𝗬𝗬𝗏. This shitty obstacle ain't gonna slow me down. They're currently fighting with each other. Ada's having a hard time running through the field along with the others. At that moment, an idea got into my head. I played too much TF2 to know exactly the stupidest idea that just might work. I used my guitar as an improvised shovel to dig out the bombs. Everyone around me is pondering on what I was doing until I felt something stick to my back. I figured out what you're doing, Midoriya. That's Mineta with a possible concussion from his head. Honestly, I thought you'd stick to some girl, Mineta. Nah, that's the old me. I went through a sick 2-week regimen to achieve something that lets me ascend beyond my perverse actions. Ready when you are. If he means no nut 2 weeks, then I'm slightly proud of him. I managed to pile up enough mines with my guitar. Get ready for the main highlight of the first event, Mineta. I screamed as I used my guitar like a skateboard and ollied on the piled bombs. The moment it touched my guitar, the mines instantly exploded, launching us far and clearing most of the minefield. What's this? A giant explosion. And it looks like Midoriya is doing sick kick flips on his guitar with Mineta attached to his back. Has this two teamed up? Not likely. Mineta must have seen this as an opportunity to get ahead and ensure his qualification to the second round. The flying guitar shredding absolute madman managed to overtake the two racers in the lead. Unfortunately, it looks like Midoriya and Mineta is losing a lot of airtime due to their added weight. Todoroki and Bakugo are taking the lead. Don't think you can take the lead away from me that easy, Deku. I'm starting to regret this, Midoriya. Your fucking fault, Mineta. The two students has stopped fighting each other and are going after the two. Is this the end of their short-term lead? As it seems, but at 3rd and 4th place doesn't sound that bad. To hell with the 3rd and 4th place. I jumped off my guitar while grabbing its neck and doing a front flip before swinging it downward into another mine. It exploded upon impact and launched Mineta and I farther while it knocked away Kaken and Todoroki off of me. And with that, Midoriya and Mineta cleared the entire minefield without touching the ground. Is your entire class insane or what, Eraser? No, only Midoriya is crazy enough to do this. He must have gotten it from his father. Oh right, Asashi Midoriya of the band Lunatic Heroes is in the stadium today, everybody. He's currently cheering for his son. You can get your autographs after the tournament to keep everyone from hounding him. Keep running, me. Actually, fuck it. I jumped and let my feet out behind me and played a riff. The song instantly launched me faster as I permanently kept my lead for the rest of the race. Who could have known the outcome of this race? From this day forward, the winner of the first event shall no longer be called Class 1ASQUIRKLESS Wonder. It will now be God Emperor of Madness. That doesn't sound too appealing to the ears, Mike. I'd rather go with Midoriya. Shit's tiring. I took my shirt off since it looks like Mineta can't let go for a while. Must have held on for too long. I raised my hand up and did the sign of the horns. A shout out to Dio and my dad. You did great, Zuzu. I could practically hear my dad screaming. Geez, the first event fucked up my stamina. A minute later, Kaken and Todoroki finally crossed the line and came in 3rd and 4th, respectively. Fucking physics and midget, letting Deku take the lead off of me. He still managed to scream while panting loudly. Izuku, you son of a bitch. Deku, you were amazing. One of the most important women of my life. My mom's first, May's second, Chestnut's third by default since she's the 3rd girl I actually befriended in my entire life. To think that I'd only placed 7th with my quirk. I gave Ida an apologetic pat in the back. Your stupid trick tripped me off my Attack on Titan stunt and landed me on 10th place, you fucking asshole. Love you too, May. Real smooth of me. Yeah, love you and all that. It wasn't really an awkward hug anymore. Here are the results of the race. The first 42 people to pass can be seen on this board. 1. Izuku Midoriya 2. Minoru Mineta 3. Katsuki Bakugo 4. Shoto Todoroki 5. Shizaki Ibara 6. Juzo Honuki 7. Tenya Ida 8. 𝗵𝗃𝗲 Takoyami 9. Hanta Zero 10. Mei Hatsum 11. Mashirao Ajiro 12. Toru Hagakure 13. Momo Ieyasu 14, Ochako Uraraka 15, Ijiru Kirishima 16, Yosuawe 17, Suyuasui 18, Mezu Shoji 19, Sato Rikido 20, Mina Ashido 21, Koji Koda 22, Kyoka Gyro 23, Senkaibara 24, Kosei Tsubaraba 25, Denki Kaminari 26, Kajiro Bondo 27, Ryaiko Yanagi 28, Hitoshi Shinso 29, Itsuka Kendo 30, Hiroshima 2, Electric Boogaloo 31, Jiroda Shishida 32, Ponitsuno Tori 33, Setsuna Takage 34, Kinoko Komori 35, Yui Kodai 36, Huryu Rin 37, Togaru Kamakiri 38, Manga Fukadashi 39, Yuuga Aoyama 40, Marangeki Shota 41, Shihai Kirwaro 42, Nito Monoma. Congratulations on the 42 qualifiers. For the ones who failed, better luck next time. You have other ways to shine here. That marks the end of the first event and marks the beginning of the second event. It consists of either team-based, duo-based, or trio-based game. What could it possibly be? The jackpot machine stopped rolling and revealed the second event. Tag team capture the flag. Oh shit. I get to team up with Izuku and advertise my babies. Fucking sign me up. He might be worth 10 million points and will probably be targeted by everyone, but fuck it. I got new babies to protect that damn flag. Izuku, team up. Already reading my mind, May. No cyborg alligators this time. There goes half of my plans. Jegus crust. That bad. Look, what babies do you have with you? I explained every single baby I created over the course of 2 weeks for all the 3 events. They're all versatile enough to function in all 3, but some are better for the second and third events. In fact, they are the ultimate defensive babies I have currently ever created. It runs on Australian iron, one of the toughest materials in the world, created only by a specific line of Australian family of smiths with the help of their quirk. How'd you even get that? It's expensive. You seem to forget that I'm the heiress of the Hatsum Foundation. We rival that of the Shield Corp. No grudge against Shield Corp. They know their shit just as good as ours. Izuku keeps forgetting that my dad is the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company. I can't really blame him because we just live in a suburban neighborhood in a simple house to hide away from the vultures. They get in the way sometimes. The news media, or whatever you called it, started becoming more of a joke since the 2015s, and it started in America. At this point, only a few countries take their news seriously, but I digress. Long story short, the news is more on gossip and scandals right now just to get some quick cash and views while hurting the reputation of people they don't like instead of actual news. Again, I digress. Izuku did say he doesn't have a problem if he couldn't save them in time. He'll still try, but he won't feel bad if they die. Only them. I've wasted enough time ranting about this. Oh, right. Yeah, hard to tell since you kinda act more like normal people. Never underestimate my dad's humility, Izuku, something you didn't bother inheriting. Oh fuck you. Where are we putting up our flags? Probably at the corner, right? He waved away my suggestion. Nah, let's just do some stupid shit that might work. It usually does. Let's put our flag right in the fucking middle so these other duos won't be able to the center without the risk of getting shot by either you or me. I like what he's planning. Best way to get everyone's attention is doing something so stupid that it just might work. I think. I took a look at the other duos with my quirk. They seem to be based more on their friends rather than compatible quirks. Then again, I'm teaming up with my boyfriend. That's still weird to say. Got anyone we got to look out for? Bakugo and Kirishima. Good thing they had us read about your classmates' quirks so we can get you some proper upgrades. Kirishima's hardening would be really troublesome for my babies, but I'm sure your sound waves can deal with him. Yeah, but you'll have to deal with Kaken, but we don't have to worry about them. We're going for each other in the 3rd round. I think we should worry more about Todoroki though. His ice would definitely be our biggest challenge if he holds back his fire for this one. The only one who's gonna be a bigger threat than him in a sense would be his partner, which is Underboss. Well, Bakugo's off the threat list, but who's Underboss? Underboss, Momo Yao something. I can't pronounce her family name. Bullshit reasoning, I guess. We're gonna have to pressure her into not being able to think of any plans. She's book smart, but she's not battle smart. She needs more time to think of a plan rather than planning on the fly. Even now, she's probably conjuring up a plan to get the flag from us. Any other guys you see, May? Not really, no. My babies could handle them just fine if they try to get near. Are the competitors ready? Midnight. Are you ready, kids? What? To be molested by you? Hell no. Shut it, MIDORIYA. Are you kids ready? Yes, ma'am. Duo capture the flags begins in 5. I readied my rifle and set up my babies. This'll be fun, right, Izuku? You bet. He's playing a riff on his guitar and it's lighting up with green energy. 4. What are you planning? A little show of power. I can use this to discourage them from trying to get our flag. 3. If it breaks, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'd honestly prefer that. Damn it all, with my mouth filled with innuendo. Sexual innuendos. 2. Look at the guys eyeing at us, May. You think your babies can really handle them? He's at his solo now. What's this song again? Probably Johnny B. Good. I'm no music expert. You underestimate our babies. I really wouldn't underestimate our babies. 1. Start. And with that, Izuku aimed his guitar in the sky and let loose a large blast of energy into the air. Everyone just stood there to watch for 5 seconds before it dissipates, and they looked down to meet Izuku's eyes. Well, any of you want to try and get it from us? What the hell is with your class, Eraser? That is a mystery that we will bring to our graves, Mike. About 90% of the people looked the other way and started fighting. That ones that don't started rushing us. Midoriya, it will take more than that to intimidate me. There's that guy with glasses with engine for legs. Once he got close enough, my baby started acting up, took aim, and rapid fired at him. Get a load of my baby, glasses. Is a sentry gun even allowed? Since it belongs to a support student and that they can carry as much as their body allows, it's completely legal. We really should rehash the rules for this festival. But then again, we would miss out on these types of crazy strategies. The rubber bullets were enough to scare Ida away from us, and finally listening to Uraraka about going for the other flags. The other guys who surprisingly didn't back away was Gyro and Kaminari. She launched her jacks at my babies hoping to destroy them, but Izuku quickly grabbed it and forcefully inserted the jack into his guitar. He put it on max volume. Don't even think about it, piece of shit. She's struggling to get her jacks out of his guitar, but he's holding onto it real tight. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just gonna do it, he said as he struck a chord which gained a scream of agony from Jiru, who was covering her ears. Her partner winced at her agony. Don't worry, Kaio, I got this. He discharged his electricity at full force towards us, but I was ready for this. I pulled out a lightning rod and threw it at the direction of his electricity, which, in turn, got absorbed into the rod. I put a hand on Izuku's shoulder and told him to let go. He did. Sorry, Jax. It was a necessary attempted homicide. No, it wasn't, piece of shit. She screams as the Metabots carries her and her fried-up partner out the arena. 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝐺𝐸𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴 elimination. The team of Jiro and Kaminari due to both of them being unable to continue. That was rather brutal, but effective. I will lecture him about this later. Give it to Zuzu. Never change, Izuku's dad. Just then, ice started coming our way, but Izuku instantly destroyed it with his guitar. The real fight has just begun, and it looks like the Todoroki and Yaoyorozu duo has started challenging Izume. Izume, what? I ship them. They're kids. Besides, love doesn't last forever. Only because you're still bitter about shut up. TMI, present mic. TMI, I muttered as I tried sniping Yaoyorozu with my rifle. Todoroki kept blocking it with his ice, though it keeps getting melted from my solar rifle's heat. Every time I thought he'd be too cold to continue, he'd light up his fireside to keep himself going. Did you seriously encourage him to use his power now? You could have just done it if you guys were to fight in the third round. Yeah, but what if we didn't face each other in the third round? You got Bakugo for that. You got really high motivation, and the Bakugo's so angry that he just might win through the tournament if you don't. He's not always pissed, he says as he casually destroys Todoroki's ice. I mean, he saves my ass from time to by then. A bullet hit Izuku in the face, which knocked him down. It looks like Yaoyorozu produced a Barrett M82 from her body complete with rubber ammunition and managed to knock Midoriya down. If this were a real deathmatch, Midoriya would have had his brains splattered across the floor. Fuck, that hurts, he hissed as I helped him up. That was enough distraction for Todoroki to get his ice up on me and froze my lower half. Shit, you have to deal with this type of cold every day. Fucking hell, not every day, but it's just as bad when he does catch me off guard, which is not uncommon. I took out a remote, aimed my baby at myself, and broke myself out via rubber bullets. He'd picked that opportunity as the best time to try and get our flags, but Midoriya intercepted him with a guitar clothesline. Sorry dude, gotta defend the flag. Hopefully this doesn't hurt you too badly since you just ran into it. If I were to bash you while you're running, it would hurt a lot more. Just ask Kaken. Thanks for the consolation, Midoriya, but I'm just a distraction. I looked up to see Ochako quickly flying towards the flag and grabbing it, and Ochako Uraraka managed to snag the flag. Good timing for the duos. Of course, they instantly knew that this was the best opportunity to take the flags, but are also taking a big risk of doing so. How would you say that? Well, it seems like their own flag has been stolen by Bakugo and Kirishima, though that wouldn't matter now that they have the 10 million point worth flag. Damn, well played, Ida. Thank you, Midoriya. Except, you're our hostage now. I finished the sentence as my baby took aim at him. Try to move, and you'll be knocked out and both of you are out. Midoriya. What? Rules allow it. He shrugged apologetically while tying Ida up with some spare cables I have. Is that really allowed, Eraser? I'm telling you, we should revamp the rules for next year's sports festival to make sure we can avoid something like this. Okay, now I'm starting to see your point in all this. Sorry about this, glasses. We're still technically following the rules. That being said, hey bitch, give back our flags or I'll blast this fucker's face with my baby. I screamed at her while aiming my baby at Ida's face. To use such exploits against me. Such a disgrace coming from both of you. Yeah, die with honor and the civilians die as well or cheat and save everyone. I'm not in the hero course and even I know the answer to that. That shut him up quick. Guys who talk a lot about honor is usually the ones who'd let a civilian die for the sake of themselves. Selfish bastards. Crimson Riot lessened my shit opinion of that since he actually prioritizes the civilian's life even if the media fucks him in the ass for it every time he does. Unthankful bastards. I'll count to 3 if you don't give it back. Uraraka, don't. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll give it back. She hastily gives it back to Izuku while he guiltily pushes Ida back to her. I'm really sorry, Chestnut. She looks like she was going to explode on him, but she dissipates at the last second with a big sigh. No, it's okay. It's just really frustrating is all. I'll treat you to 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗵𝗃 later, I promise. Thanks. I would be okay with a polyamory, but I don't think she looks at him that way. They're close but not enough to steal my man, and I don't even think that she's like that. Nah, fuck it. I just engaged a sniper battle with Ieyasu the moment Ida and Uraraka was 20 meters away from us. She's got a good aim. Izuku's reloading my baby with a denser version of rubber ammunition to discourage anyone. Okay, fuck this. I could be hallucinating, but I'm sure I heard Todoroki say that out loud. He summoned fire on his hand, which got a scream and a laugh from his dad, Endeavor. He summoned his ice to make a middle finger directed towards his dad and lit it on fire. It pissed Endeavor off and got a laugh out of Izuku's dad. 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 serves you right and die. 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. Why is scum like you here? I'm here to watch my son, asshole. See, even your son hates you. Turns out that giant middle finger was both a method of communication and distraction as he slid towards us with fire blazing behind him while Momo provides cover for him via a fucking minigun she created. He's burning every rubber my baby was shooting at him. Holy shit, the fucking sun god's coming. Not if I do something stupid about it. And he jumped right in front of Todoroki, grabbed the fucker's burning left side, and judo flipped him like it was nothing. That would have been great if it didn't light him on fire. I seriously need to do something his life risking stupidity. Fuck. Too hot. He's running around all over the fucking battlefield and scaring the shit out of every other competitor who thought they saw a fucking fire demon. And Midoriya is on fire both metaphorically and physically. Someone better start watering him down. My hand is over the button which calls on the Metabot should the situation arises. I recommend that he stops running and start rolling. Stop, drop, and roll, Izuku. I run over at him to push him down and hit him with my towel. Jegas fuck. How I'm not getting any third-degree burns from this. He screams while he's rolling. Suddenly, ice started surrounding us. It stopped Izuku from burning, who suffered a couple of first-degree burns on him. Good thing the fire hasn't reached his face. And the second event is over. Midnight screams and signaling everyone to stop. I looked back at our base and saw that Todoroki was just centimeters away from grabbing it. Must have stopped for a moment to stop Izuku from burning. All part of the plan. I slapped him. Ouch. What was that for? Yeah, because catching on fire is definitely part of your plan. Well, if I didn't catch on fire, Todoroki would have gotten to the flag. I slapped him again. Part of the plan, my ass. This was all an accident. You're so grounded for that, Zuzu. Never change, Izuku's dad. Never change. And with that, the second event ends with Team Izume narrowly keeping their #1 spot. If Midoriya involves burning himself in his plans again, I'm expelling him for real. You should try lecturing him, Eraser. See, even Aizawa thinks that you're a fucking idiot. Idiot, triple slap combo. I'm not building a water system that's gonna extinguish you every time you decide to light yourself on fire. Jegas fucking crust. At least he actually looks guilty about it. Being a good girlfriend is hard if your boyfriend's always suicidal. And now for our competitors that passed for the final event. The Tag Team Battle Tournament. Tag Team. Oh shit. They seriously going for that route. They're probably having us teamed up with our partners from the second event. For the first placers, we have our Team Izume, who had managed to hold on to their own flags throughout the entire event. The second placer goes to Team Bakugo, composing of Bakugo and Kirishima. They've managed to snag quite a number of flags and managed to achieve second place. For the third placers, we have Team Todoroki, who managed to defend their flag the entire game. Mike, we're not going to mention all 16 competitors who passed. It wastes too much time and I need a nap. I'm just flashing who'll be fighting who in the third round at the screen. 1. Midoriya and Hatsune vs. Ibara and Tetsu 2. Todoroki and Ieyasu vs. Ida and Uraraka 3. Anjiro and Hagakure vs Asui and Ashido 4. Takoyami 0 vs Takage and Yosutsu 5. Monoma and Tsunotori vs Mineta and Shoji 6. Bakugo and Kirishima vs Shinso and Aoyama 7. Fukudashi and Honuki vs Rin and Shishida 8. Kendo and Kodai vs Kamakiri and Kiwaro, and that's about the teams who passed and will be fighting in the first round of the final event. The ones who failed, better luck next year. We'll be back this afternoon after a 1-hour break. See you all later. Hey, Eraser, wanna grab something to eat? I'm sleeping. Oh, come on. Sleeping. Well, since Izuku's class was much nearer, I decided to just hang with them. My phone vibrated at that moment and I looked at the message. Rocking erection has started bothering obsessive machinations re. Todoroki told me to come with him re. Probably something important re. Don't reply but follow us without making him notice re. I'll treat you to lunch if you do. Rocking erection has stopped bothering obsessive machinations. I'm gonna have to bring a recorder if this turns into a yeah. I am so gonna get some money selling that shit. Not that I would really. No one's POV. Hey, Endeavor, it's been a while. Wanna grab some tea? The number 1 in the world and the number 2 of Japan faces each other with unknown tension. Or shit like that. I'm shit at writing tense scenes. All Might. Endeavor hisses in response, though All Might remains pathetically oblivious to it. Being a Boy Scout got its downsides. It's been a long time since we've talked. If I remember, the last time we did was when we were caught by someone's quirk and was defeated. You talk about it as if it was a normal thing. It was humiliating to be defeated by such a quirk and to be forced to dance. The vigilante got away with his official hero license, and the thief got his pardon directly at the government's most protected HQ. It was a good thing that they've covered it up, but I will forever be disgusted by our failures back then. Yes, it was a rotten memory for you. The thief is now a family man and gave up his life of crime, while the vigilante is now doing his hero work seriously. It all ends well, don't you think? It doesn't matter what they are. They could become heroes for all I care. And that wouldn't excuse their crimes, okay? That's rich coming from Endeavor. I have a match against the winner of this first year's sports festival. I don't need any more distractions from the likes of you. Get out of my sight. Wait, before you go, I need advice on how to train the next generation. Your son, Shoto, did well in both events with mastery over his quirk. He only recently started using his fire in the second event. If you think I'd actually tell you how, you're out of luck. I created him specifically to beat you and nothing else. He's still in that rebellious phase with the stunt he pulled, but at least he's using it now. I'll mold him into a masterpiece that surpasses you. And with that, he walks away. Izuku's POV. You already know who my old man is, but do you know what he did to my mother? My entire family. Looking at your face, I could take a wild guess. No offense. I'd still tap that if I was gay. Right. He's always seen All Might as a roadblock for him rising to the top. That wasn't the only problem. All Might is the number 1 hero in the whole world. Even if he did beat All Might, he wouldn't even be in the top 50 in the global rankings, but he had a plan. A really sick one. Ever heard of quirk marriages? Oh shit. That's a lot to take in. I'm fucking aware of what a quirk marriage is. Marriage purely for powerful genes, am I right? Unfortunately, yes. He forced my mother down so many times to create the perfect spawn. He didn't care about my other siblings because he deemed them as failures and focused only on me. He hurt my mother so much that she went insane and burned my left side. You know what she said? She said that my left side looked like him. After that, I blamed Endeavor for what my mother did to me. I blamed him when I never saw my oldest brother ever again. That's why I never used my left side until now, and even then, I'm still hesitating. I'm sorry that my grudge got you killed. I'm sorry if I might hesitate on using my left side if we fight. I can't just let it go after all these years. Well shit, I don't really know what to say. I'm no therapist. Might as well say whatever comes first in my mind. Look, bro, no one's gonna be expecting you to let go, and no one's gonna get pissed because you hesitated in using your left side. Your dad's a dick covered in burning shit. I ain't expecting you to be able to fully use your left side right now, but you'll eventually have to let go. I'm kicking your dad's ass if I win this tournament. I promise that. I placed my hand on his shoulder and gave him a nod of reassurance. You can come out now, I said while looking down the hallway. And apparently Kaken was listening in on us. Didn't take him as someone who'd listen to this. Don't worry, Todoroki. I'll get my babies to kick Endeavor's ass. For fuck's sake. All this because of shit daddy issues. All I got are mommy issues, and I turned out fine. Seriously, doesn't matter what you went through. You better make a good stepping stone for my rise at the top, and I'll delete your fucking dad once I fight him. Good ol' nice Kaken. Don't know whether he's being aggressive or encouraging. Right, sorry for interrupting your lunch, Midoriya. He walked away as if something heavy has been lifted. That's a bit relieving. He stopped for a second and looked over his shoulder. You got good friends, Midoriya. He finally walked away. Friends? I'm not friends with this quirkless little 𝗲𝗄𝗏. That's new. Thought you were gonna say something else. I know when things end, which is why I make this type of jokes. Deku. The fuck do you mean about things ending? Fuck it. Let's eat lunch. You're treating me to lunch, Izuku. Fuck, I forgot. Consider that our second date then. You cheap bastard. Let's do it. That pretty much sums up how May and I are dating. Hey, what about me? You just so happen to follow us at your own free will. Go buy your own food. Third wheel. Oh no, you fucking didn't. I'm the fucking romance expert here, you shitty fucking nerd. He angrily stomps away in an opposite direction of the cafeteria. He must have realized this when he stopped to scream another cuss before going to the right direction. 𝐴𝑤𝑎𝑠n't going the wrong way, Deku. The cafeteria was just in the wrong place, got it? Whatever you say, Kaken. We went on to the cafeteria and I bought her some chocolate ice cream while I bought some of those katsuden. The cafeteria is pretty much packed except for one area with Ojiro, Toru, and some little girl with one horn and white hair with some cat headphones on. We walked up to them and that quickly got their attention. Hey Ojiro, mind if we sit here with you? Go ahead. Call me Mash or Rao, by the way. Seems like something a rock star would use. I'm not really sure. I heard some guy call himself Fluffy Unicorn in a death metal band once. He got the unicorn outfit on while his bandmates were dressed like the fucking horsemen of apocalypse or shit like that. They make good shit, but I digress. Who's the kid? Mash. Oh, she's my little sister, Eri. You look nothing alike. Quirks are weird. Yeah, something like that. Hey, kid, nice to meet ya. I waved at her, but she ignored me as she continues to eat her candy apple. I could deal with that. What's she listening on that headphones? Mash. I don't know. Ask her. He gave Eri a pat on the head and signaled her to let me borrow her headphones. She nodded and handed it to me. I placed it on my ear to listen to the music. The Reckoning, the Sickening, Back at You. Subversion, Pseudo Sacred with Psycho Virgin. I quickly took it off my head and shakily gave it back to Eri. My face was blank the entire time. Well, at least it wasn't K-pop. I have this weird hate for K-pop that I could never explain why. Listen to whatever the fuck you want. I mean, I like Vaporwave. So what was she listening to, Midoriya? I looked at him blankly and said, she got good taste, Mash. Good to know. We continued to chat while we were eating, but there is something I wanted to talk to Mash about. So, Mash, I know it's none of my business, but I'm curious. Are you and Toru dating? It's calm, we definitely are, Toru interrupts. Right, Eri. She nudges Eri, but she completely ignores her and continues to eat her fifth candy apple. Come on, Eri, help your big brother's girlfriend here. No, that was slightly funny. Kids are the best when it comes to instant shutdowns. Nice save, Eri. Mash pats Eri in the head, which resulted in a really cute scene. I could definitely see the brother-sister relationship on this one, even at Toru's expense. Don't mind, Eri. We're definitely dating. Okay then, how did you two start off? He saved my life. Well, that's one way to start a relationship. That's all. No offense, but that feels a little too shallow. Exactly. Even Mash agrees with me. He's more than that. Maybe after the festival, you can come over to our apartment. We're practically living together at this point with Eri. Why isn't Eri staying with their parents? Her school is actually near my apartment, so I kinda just let her live with me. Fair enough. We finished up our lunch and went back to the stadium since the fighting is about to start. May and I are the first match of the day, so we didn't want to be late. Good luck on the fights, Mash. I won't go easy on you. Good luck with yours too, Midoriya. I wouldn't dream of anyone going easy on me. We reached the entrance of our side of the tunnel and did a bit of stretches before walking out. And here are the contenders of the first match for today. The overpowered, underrated underdog team. Izuku, Midoriya, and May Hatsune. Your description for them is too long and cheesy, Mike. Well, excuse me, eraser. On the other side, we got students from Class 1B. The team of both of them managed to hold on to their points at the last game and have managed to make it to the last round. The Man of Steel and the Holy Lady, 𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 and Shiozaki Ibara. We looked at the opposing tag team. We see the Virgin Mary and an Iron Giant that isn't actually a giant. Well, good luck you two. I'll wipe the arrogant grin off your face, arrogant bastards. We're not even smiling. Repent, sinners, for rock and roll is the devil's work. God will bestow upon you his wrath for performing such music. Oh, that pissed me off. Kaken started screaming. You better run now, you religious bitch. You just insulted the wrong music genre. Boy, was he right. No matter, the God Almighty shall protect me from the works of the devil. She's in for a surprise when she finds out that the Big G is a rock star himself. Nonetheless, May, mercy's off the table. Music to my ears. The match ended real quick. As soon as midnight started the match, May just straight up launched me with her catapult that she totally always had as I dive bombed these two motherfuckers. I put the speakers on my shoes at max volume and played Highway to Hell. Both got buried halfway into the ground, but Tetsu managed to break out. It didn't matter when May blasted him off the line with her rifle as she ran up to Shiozaki and punted her into unconsciousness. That was quick. That could be one of the fastest matches ever fought in the sports festival. The team Izume have literally buried the other team faster than Triple H buries promising talent. Well, on to the next match. The faster this is over, the better sleep I'll get. Oh come on, don't be like that, Eraser. Better sleep. Well, moving on to the next contenders then. They and I fist bumped as we walked out the ring. We met Todoroki and Momo halfway to the tunnel and said our good luck at them. Meet you in the next round. I wouldn't underestimate Chestnut and Ada if I were you. I've seen what they can do. I will end this before they could get the jump on me. I gave him a thumbs up and walked off towards the seats. Assholes POV. That was fucking fast, but I can't say those two motherfuckers didn't deserve it. You don't insult something Deku loves. That Vine bitch is gonna be surprised on who the motherfucker in charge really is when she dies. I digress. Next up was 𝐒𝐻𝗄𝗏's team against Glasses and Round Face. I'm not the type to be fucking biased, but I'm pretty sure 𝐒𝐻𝗄𝗏's got this in the bag. Only problem is it's probably gonna take him a long time before he beats them. I know Round Face isn't the type to give up easily, and I'm curious if Glasses can outrun the ice. On the left side, we got Mr. Hot and Cold and Miss Creativity, Todoroki Shoto and Ieyasu Momo. On the right side, we got the Blue Speedster and the Flying Underdog, Ida and Uraraka Ochako. Todoroki's got this in the bag, right? Bakugo. Pikachu. Dumb as always, but he got his perks. It ain't gonna be that easy, dumbass. Don't look down on these two just cause Daddy's boy is fighting them. Daddy's boy. That's new. You know something about Todoroki that we don't, dude. Oh great. Shitty Hair's gonna summon raccoon eyes from the depths of hell just by saying that. And there she fucking is. Daddy's boy. Are you two dating? For fuck's sake. Shut the fuck up. Why do you associate everything with dating? 'Cause I'm a dating expert. How many boyfriends you ever got? That shut her up quick. Good. I got her in the corner. Don't go talking big on me about dating if you never dated anybody, and stop playing God on our love lives. It's damn annoying when one of your friends are so fucking retarded that they don't know the meaning of Nana. What's in Nana? Mina no. Nana your 𝐹UCKIN business bitch. Got him. Why do they always fall for that joke? Well, at least he called me his friend. Suddenly, a big chunk of ice went straight for us and almost hit Pikachu. I acted quick and used an explosion to destroy it. 𝐒𝐻𝗄𝗏 failed to freeze both his targets somehow. But he almost hit us. Fuck's sake. Watch where you're aiming. ICYHOT. He ignored me and kept trying to freeze them while Ieyasu continues to put spikes on the ground so Glasses won't be able to move around. It looks like Ieyasu is trying to prevent Ida from gaining any ground so Todoroki would be able to trap him. Ieyasu by far have one of the most useful quirks in her class, and she always have a plan. Her strategic mind would be second only to another student in my class. Wonder what they're gonna do now. Glasses just started destroying the ice, probably from frustration and shit like that. Unless, oh shit, I see what they're trying to do. Unless 𝐒𝐻𝗄𝗏 or Ieyasu looks up, their plan would be pretty solid. There's only one flaw, of course. 𝐒𝐻𝗄𝗏 will use his fire. In fact, he resorted to just trying to blast Glasses with it, but it's creating steam every time it hits the ice. Round Face is nowhere to be found, and Ieyasu is pulling a spread fire with a light machine gun like some Vietnam War veteran. What's happening? I can't see what's happening. This has been part of Ida and Uraraka's plan. Todoroki can utilize his quirk better if he had a clear sight of his targets. Of course, he could simply freeze everything, but he might freeze his partner by accident. This is a smart move from the other team. I can already see what they're planning. What's happening? Got any idea? 𝗵𝘃𝗏. Look up, Shitty Hair. The sky's covered with broken chunks of ice courtesy of Round Face. She'd be fun to fight. No way. A fragile girl can't possibly think of that. What part of her is fragile? Pikachu. Shut the fuck up. You were the first to lose in the second event. And that technically makes you more fragile than her. You don't have to put salt in the wound. I don't have to, but I definitely want to. Stop talking and start watching. Fires blasting out of the mist in almost every direction. There's no clear winner yet. RECIPRO burst. A yell came from the mist and Ieyasu was sent flying out of it and falling down unconscious. And it looks like Ida managed to take Ieyasu out. It's now a 2v1 handicap match. Can Todoroki be able to turn this around? The mist finally clears within Glasses, who was frozen mid-kick just beside 𝐒𝐻𝗄𝗏. Looks like it's only him and Round Face left. What's this? Ida has been frozen mid-kick and is unable to move. It looks like both him and Ieyasu is out of the match. Can Uraraka be able to do this by herself? You underestimate her too much, Mike. She's got a plan from what it seems. She's doing ninja hand signs at this point before shouting release. 𝐒𝐻𝗄𝗏's eyes widened before looking up to see a huge fucking glacier falling down on him. He quickly raised his left hand and let out a large torrent of blue fucking flames and instantly melting the ice. It did come with a cost though, since I could see burns on his left arm. Looks like he's not as immune as he thinks to that blue flame. Round Face got a nice plan, but 𝐒𝐻𝗄𝗏's just too powerful. She ran straight at him while his opened but suddenly collapsed from nausea. And Urarakas finally. Out. You're not supposed to be biased as a commentator. She did a good job, but Todoroki's quirk is just too powerful. Team Todoroki wins. Well, I guess it's me and Tsuyu next. Wish me luck, guys. Fuck off. Good luck, Mina. Thanks, hero. We're up next, Mash. What do you want me to do? Try not to kill them, Toru. What's an invisible girl gonna do? Well, she might as well be full of surprises for all I care. My match is much later, but I already can't wait. That purple guy's rubbing me the wrong way, and Rainbow Laser has been acting off his usual attention whore gig. I wonder what's happening. I would have told Deku to keep an eye on him, but it looks like he's either fucking 𝐈𝐵𝐵 in a restroom stall right now or staying with her at the support courses stand. Fucking asshole with his fucking girlfriend. This time, I'll beat him for real. Blue flames, since when can he do that? Those blue flames caught me off guard. If that took more than a second, he would have melted his own arms off, but it looks like he only got away with it with only a few minor burns. If his family counts third-degree burns on the palm of their hands and second-degree burns on the arms as minor burns, then it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Good thing he didn't aim it at Chestnut, but still, that was scary as hell. I should have inspired him to use his flames after the sports festival. I'm actually a little scared that we're fighting him next. A little. You made your bed, and you're going to lie in it, Izuku. That's harsh. Looks like it's Mash's turn to fight. I wonder what he's gonna do. Ashido's basically deadly at close range, and Tsuyu can handle mid-range to long range with her tongue. On the first corner, they haven't done anything interesting at all. Ajiro Mashurao and Hagakure Toru. Yeah, if you don't count jumping on a flying cloud at the first event as interesting, presentative 𝗵𝘃𝗁. On the other corner, we have the duo of death. The Queen of Acid and the Frog Princess, Ashido Mina and Asui Tsuyu. A large cheer came from the audience after they got introduced. Seriously, Mash and Toru is really underrated at this point. Who do you think will win, Izuku? I can't really say. Unless Mash and Toru can get up close, Mina and Tsu got a distance advantage between them. It's a game of chances at this point, but I still think Mash and Toru would have an edge somehow. Edge, fighting experience, pretty much. Mash is a martial artist while Toru can just remove her clothes and push anyone off the line while they're open. While Mina's not a complete dumbass in fighting, she's still pretty much a dumbass. Okay, maybe I didn't phrase that correctly. What I meant was that she can fight, but the only thing that's keeping her from getting mashed, is her quirk. Tsuyu's a lot smarter, but I doubt she's better than Mash or she'd be able to find Toru. She got her super strength and tongue going for her, and she has no weakness. Kinda like a sheer heart attack in a real cardiac. Attacks all of a sudden and can't be stopped. Hey, I made a Queen reference. You're totally going for Mash on this one. Well, he did kick my ass on training. A lot. Guy's a prodigy in martial arts. Maybe he can give me some pointers in hand-to-hand combat in case my main weapon got fucked. Or if you're gonna pull a Matrix on me and just somehow download Kung Fu into my brain, I am not gonna be your test subject for 5 months. Message got. Well, you know me, dearie. I'm a fucking expert in delivering messages. Dearie, you don't get all chummy with me unless you want something. You want it, don't ya? Want what? Fuck, she's saying. Might as well play along. What makes you say I do? I just know you want it. Yeah, I might as well go and get it, don't I? Hey bruz, you might want to take that flirting someone else. We're not flirting, Bob. My name's Joshu, May. Whatever you say, Bob. The match started with Toru quickly removing her clothes. Loud cheers came from the crowd as soon as she does that. I could never guess why. Mina started surrounding the battlefield with her acid by throwing it around, while Tsuyu started flinging her long tongue around in hopes of being able to hit an invisible girl. Mash did that kangaroo jump with his tail to avoid the acid-laced floor while trying to dodge Mina's acid bomb. That's a really far jump, to be honest. Toru's nowhere to be found, and Mina interrupted Mash's landing by throwing acid with great accuracy at Mash's PE uniform. Is that what they call it? Doesn't matter. I'm starting to think Toru is going around the arena. I mean, Midnight can't even see her go over the line, so I guess that's something. Yeah, it's cheap, but it works for her. I can't say the same for Mash. He only got his pants left since his shirt got fucked by Mina's acid. Look at those abs. That's gay, Izuku. Well, girls like guys, and liking guys are gay. Which means liking girls are gay too, since they like guys, and that's gay. Don't you dare meme on me, asshole. I'm the one doing ironic memes here. Whatever you say, princess. Look at that chiseled abs. Martial arts did pay off well for him. And he inadvertently revealed Ashido's weakness. Mina's weakness. Don't tell me. Oh, for fuck's sake, it is. She's drooling and dazed all over that guy right now. Mash just looked really embarrassed and self-conscious about this. Poor Mash. He just let his tail do the talking and whipped Mina out of bounds. And Ajiro just normally whipped Mina out of bounds. He must be the master of distraction for intentionally letting his shirt get dissolved by acid. I doubt that was intentional. Well, that leaves a 1 versus 2. I gotta admit, that caught me off guard. Kinda. Come on, you know she's that type of girl, right? Gossip addict. obsessed with abs, has no knowledge of privacy when it comes to relationships between classmates. With those things, she's bound to get punched in the face soon enough. How can you even say that she'd be punched in the face? Women's intuition, Izuku. Better believe it. I no more than doubt you. Oh wait, I do. No offense, love, but sometimes I simply can't trust you on not injecting nanomachines into me in my sleep. 7,000 yen says she won't get punched in the face. PFFT, double that says she will. We shook hands on that. I am not backing down on an easy win. I know that much. All of the sudden, Sue's head suddenly jerked forward as if someone hit her. Toru finally made it to the show. What's this? The invisible ninja, Toru, has finally made her move. I'd rather have 𝐻𝐸𝐽 help her out, but considering his personality, I doubt he'd do a double team on a game. This AI ain't no game, eraser. You treat screaming into my ear while I'm sleeping peacefully with a cat on my face as a game. How does that even relate to this? You know what? Let's talk about your relationship status, which you considered as a joke. Get it? I will force my bones to unbreak themselves just so I could strangle you. Okay, 𝗧𝗪, I may have gone too far for that. Really sorry. Did they just? Nah, never mind. That running gag I unintentionally did was dying out anyway. Still, I'd like to those two to see it through. They ended on bitter terms. Actually, forget I said that. Okay, well now Toru and Sue is just going at it back and forth. Sue's using her tongue and successfully hit Toru about 20 times, but it looks like 𝗵𝘃𝗧𝗏 isn't going down without a fight. Every time Sue knocks her down, it just looks like she stands up more determined. I think that's the case. I can't really rely on a few dust thingies every now and then to know what the fuck is happening. Bash is just chilling at the corner of the arena. That being said, Sue's being hit around just as much as she's hitting Toru. Okay, I'm getting more suspicious. So, you caught on to it, May? Yeah, her quirk's invisibility, but she just launches her opponents around like they're some fucking ragdolls. She's hiding something. But, you're not stalking her or MASH to know what's going on. You know about Eraserhead and Ms. Joke's relationship by accident when you went out to get your analysis on Nerd Notebook. It's not my Nerd Notebook. It's a hobby, more or less, but yeah, I guess I do get stalkerish sometimes. Sometimes, most of the time. What can I say? I never really grew out of my obsession with getting as much info about heroes as legally possible. I mean, we never really know when we'll need them, but it'll be useful when we do. The match got more intense as Sue hopped around more in the ring as she whips her tongue around. I don't know what Toru's doing. She's invisible, what do you expect? One good hit can pretty much end this match or lead it to a one-on-one. Sue did the unexpected thing and started secreting some kind of slimy substance off of herself. Yeah, that pretty much did the trick. When she got hit by Toru again, the slime thing got stuck on her. She's now slightly visible. Okay, the slime thing all over the girl is pretty kinky. May, what? Not like I'm wrong. Still, if you wanted to do it, you could have just asked. Yeah, a slime bath would be nice. We both like those shit in the HeroTube videos about slime bath challenges and shit like that. We tried it once and it was fine. Well, it looks like Asui has managed to unmask 𝐻𝐸𝐽. 𝐻𝐸𝐽 has always been unmasked. You know what I mean. Yeah, that shit Sue got is probably hard to wipe off. Now it's a fair fight and I can say what the fuck exactly is happening for once. Now the real fight's on. See, you got super strength while Toru's got whatever makes her really strong. Seriously, how does she do that? She could be using an invisible power glove for all I know. Invisible power glove. How do you even make those? Simple. Make a power glove and then slap an invisibility machine on it. Well, now that was easy enough. I dumbed it down for you. Yeah, I know you upgrade your own tech, which consists of only your stupid anime sunglasses. Seriously, you replaced the aviator for those really pointy sunglasses. My glasses are the glasses that will pierce through the walls and help me find shit. You just wanted to say that, didn't you? Yep, that's gotta hurt. It looks like 𝐻𝐸𝐽 got hit by a dropkick by Asui. That was one of the best dropkicks I've seen. That dropkick is the least of 𝐻𝐸𝐽's worries. Asui still has super strength with her, so that kick is bound to break a bone or two. What's more shocking is that it looks like 𝐻𝐸𝐽 quickly stood up like it's nothing. Perhaps training with Ojiro has done her a great deal. What the fuck? I'm sure that dropkick would have knocked her out. Looks like I was wrong. Toru's tougher than she looks. The match was near its end since it looks like Sue's finally tiring out. As a last-ditch effort, she used her tongue and wrapped it around Toru and flung her out of the arena. Well, why the fuck did she not do that in the first place? Yeah, I share the same sentiment with May. Why the fuck did she actually not do that after Toru got unmasked? She could have just done that as soon as she revealed where 𝐻𝐸𝐽 is. Is she some kind of adrenaline junkie? Is the frog girl getting off on fighting someone? Geez, that's gonna make sparring with her really awkward. Now that I thought about it, she could have just done that. It looks to me like your class is in it for the adrenaline. That being said, it looks like it's down to Ojiro against Asui. Who do you think has the advantage here, Eraser? Asui got super strength on her lower body while Ojiro packs pure muscle behind his back. The real factor here is whether 𝐬𝐸 can still keep up with 𝐒𝐻𝐸 after her fight with 𝐒𝐻𝐸. 𝐒𝐻𝐸 is the freshest right now in the ring since he easily took Mina down, and simply observing 𝐬𝐸 and 𝐻𝐻𝐸 fight, he would have known most of 𝐬𝐸's moves by now. He may not look it, but he's a prodigy in martial arts. It would have been a close match if 𝐬𝐸 is as fresh as him right now. It seems like 𝐒𝐻𝐸 might just take this small weight. No, she just spat on his face with what I assume is toxin. That changes everything. Oh bloody hell, it's burning my eyes. What the hell, 𝐬𝐸? Sue retained her blank face that just stares straight into your fucking soul. Call me Sue. Pure fucking evil right there. Sue tried to finish it with a dropkick, but Mash blocked it with his tail. He stopped panicking and is now taking deep breaths before he put on his stance. Fighting in blind. Best way to deal with Sue right now while blind is to pay attention to the sound and trying to feel the wind. Best way to counter a kick is trying to get in close or dodging. That being said, looks like he's ready to grapple her, which is a great fighting style for blind people. One wrong move can end this match quick. Sue's being careful while Mash is trying to sense her. If Mash manages to counter, Sue is in trouble. If Sue connects, Mash is out. The anticipation rose a lot more when Sue crawled carefully around Mash as he senses where she might be heading. My back was shuddering and the arena was awfully quiet. Suddenly, Sue made her move and did a dropkick on Mash. I honestly thought it would be over, but it looked like he tanked the hit and made a grab for Sue's leg and using her own momentum to against her as he slams her on the ground. He quickly wrapped his tail around Sue's legs and grabbed both her hands. Healed. She didn't even blink. Healed. A loud cheer followed as the match has ended with a samurai-like finish. Present Mike was yelling through the mic about how the ending was really cool. I guess I can agree on that. Damn, that went well. They both did a good job. I don't know, Izuku. If Mina hadn't been caught off guard by those abs, she probably would have taken out 𝐻𝐸𝐸 early on. May did have a point. Anyways, that much took a lot of time and I gotta take a leak. I'll be back, May. I handed her my notebook so she could take notes for me while I'm gone. That notebook is just as useful for her as it is for me. I was on my merry way to the restroom in the arena after a quick trip to the vending machine until I was stopped by a hulking figure that grabbed my shoulder from behind. Are you the quirkless runt that will fight my son next round? Take a walk with me, let's talk. Aw fuck. It's the source of all of Todoroki's daddy issues. I might as well turn on the recorder on my guitar. This is gonna be a really beneficial talk. And to show you the power of zero tape, Dark Shadow then rips 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏 in half. We ripped this girl in half. He must be fucking joking. We don't need this meme right now. The dumbass and shitty hair were laughing about it along with some other guys who got the meme. I don't get it. Of all people who doesn't, I didn't expect 𝗵𝗃𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏 to be one of them. An old joke about this one guy using tape to fix everything. Mostly boats. I'll only buy it if it manages to fix a broken fucking marriage. That's mostly the best way I could explain it to her. Other than that, I'm really suspicious on what her quirk really is. No fucking way could she get super strength along with invisibility. That's too much of a fucking coincidence. That being said, Birdface and Soy Sauce managed to beat 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Flex Glue by knockout and surrender. Who knew covering Birdface up could make Dark Shadow a lot more powerful? Too bad I only need to get in close with him and then fuck him up. Shitty hair can easily break out of Soy Sauce's tape, so I'll let him deal with that if it ever comes to us fighting them. Next up to fight would be the midget and Octoface. I hope the purple little shit dies in a painful fucking way. It may surprise people, but I'm not the one who said that. Jackshit did. Did he shit in your Cheerios, Jackshit? No, he fucking tricked us into wearing cheerleader outfits. Something about one last trick before ascending to the no-nut spectrum or whatever the fuck he calls it. This is gonna be a rather interesting match. I've seen what the MOTHERFU can do along with the American. Copied my explosions, but I managed to fend him off. It's highly likely that he'd win this fight, but I wouldn't underestimate Octoface. His size alone is a good advantage, and whether I like it or not, Midget's quirk can immobilize the opponents if he was smart enough. He never showed signs of being smart, so I wouldn't hope that much. And now for the next match. On the left side, we got two unlikely duos who managed to defend their points to participate in this round. One of them is crazy enough to even stick with the God Emperor of Madness. Minoru and Shoji Mezu. We are not using that to call Midoriya. Whatever. On the right side, we got two students of Class 1B who also managed to barely keep their points after the Bakugo massacre. Monomonito and Tsunotori Pony. The midget came out of the tunnel looking nervous while Octoface looks as stoic as ever. The other two were simply smiling. Well, the American got an innocent smile with no malice whatsoever while that copycat fuck is smiling like a madman. Are you ready to fall, 1A scum? So, he's that type of guy. I'd be happy to put him in his fucking place if he makes it to the next round. Fighters, are you ready? An uneasy yes came from the midget while Octoface simply nodded. The American also said yes while copycat fuck copied that one guy with the time stop powers from Yo-Yo's extravagant travels pose. www.rrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr He kept glaring at me. Well, if you ain't talking, I'm gonna take my leave. I stood up and began walking away. Did I say you could leave? Did you say I can't leave? Very well. Take a seat. Boy, I took a seat. No point in not listening to him right now. Well, what are we even gonna talk about? I want you to discipline my son. Break him if you have to. Excuse me, what the fuck? Excuse me. I must have heard that wrong. You heard me correctly. Break him. He's finally using his flames, but he does so in an insulting manner. Insulting manner. Don't pretend like you haven't seen what he did in the second event. Oh, that shit. Still funny. Frozen hot middle finger right up this motherfucker's face. Who wouldn't want to do that? Well, I'm sure it's pretty justified. He slammed his hand down the table with an intense stare at me. He disrespected me. I am the reason he existed. I am molding him into something stronger than All Might. He should be thankful that I considered him my masterpiece and took him away from his weak siblings. Oh, this little bitch. Everything's getting recorded. Would be a great close to the sports festival if anyone asks me. So, you basically admitted that you beat your son, and presumably your other kids. Beat them. I threw away the others because they were worthless, and as for Shoto, I only did so to make him stronger. If it turns out that he's not up for it, I will do it again just to surpass All Might. So, this guy's gonna force himself on his wife again if he has to. Like, pull her out of the mental hospital, fuck her, and then put her back in again after doing so. That's to say he gets another Shoto on his first try again. Let me get this straight. You use your wife as a baby factory. Jegus, even Kaken would never go that far. Kaken, Bakugo. Oh, that fool. He'll soon know his place like I did. We're both the same. That's where you're wrong. He likes being number one, but he isn't obsessed like you. You're willing to do all those things just for a number. Naive child. That is more than a number. It's a title of superiority. Something someone like you would never understand nor achieve. Something someone like me would never bother with. I just wanted to be a hero. Plain and simple. Becoming the number one hero's just a bonus. That being said, I hope this guy in Shoto's just fucking with me. I seriously hope so. Please tell me everything you said is a joke. It's not. Well, fuck. To think that you were a hero. That shit you did is probably worse than the League of Villains. I mean, who would sink so low as to do the shit you did to your family? I could name a few, but you're just plain obsessed. You could have stopped, but you didn't. I need to go. I really need to go. This guy is more fucked up than a Naruto Ongaverse harem smut fanfiction. On the bright side, with this recording, I doubt he'd be getting away with it anymore. Why tell me all this though? To let you know what you're dealing with. You'll be losing to my masterpiece soon enough. Please make sure to put up a good fight at least. Okay, fuck this guy. I'm going to kick his son's ass for it. Then win, then kick his ass, and then show everything to the fucking world. That's totally what's gonna happen. Midget's POV. Fuck. Why is it so hard to dodge all these horns? That weird guy turned into steel and all that shit. Shoji's already taken most of the hits for me, but I can't let him just take it. Think, Minoru, think. So, Pony can control at least up to 4 of her horns while the rest just flies straight in the direction it was aimed at, but she can quickly assume control of it while releasing her control of another horn. I already covered most of our side with my balls. It's just 3 minutes in the match and we just need 2 minutes more before Monoma's quirk wears out. He overheard about the 5-minute time limit. What's the matter? 1A. Too cowardly to deal with us. That man's trying to anger us. Control your emotions, Maita. Like I care what he says about us. I said while taking cover behind Shoji. Look, I got a plan, but I need you to distract them long enough for me. He hesitated a moment before lowering himself. What are your intentions, Maita? I told him my plans that's gonna start after 5 minutes. Shoji just have to dodge and tank more of Pony's quirk, but I guess he's okay with that. 5 seconds left. 4 seconds left. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds left. Shoji now. He quickly dashed towards Monoma with me hidden in his back. Pony tried to hit him with her horns, but he quickly ducked, but not too slow that it'll reveal me hiding in his back. Not that it matters. I jumped off of him and latched onto the horns. It looks like Pony didn't notice it. He quickly jumped towards Monoma before landing on him and using his limbs to pin the copycat down. I knew you would focus on me, foolish giant. Clearly in that moment you forgot that Pony can control her horns. Maybe, but perhaps you forgot that I am not the only one that you are fighting. The horn I was riding neared Shoji, but I quickly jumped off it and did my special move on Pony. Grape Rush. I quickly buried her with my quirk before using it as my makeshift trampoline to break my fall. I was fine, but I can't say the same to Shoji. He got horn stabbing all over him and bruises from the beating he took from Monoma. I gave him a nod before he turns toward Monoma. Yield? Like I would actually yield to you. Izuku and Shoji punched him hard enough to knock him out. I looked at Pony with an apologetic look. Sorry about that, Pony. Oh, it's fine. It's a competition, so I shouldn't be mad. I'll get you again, you stupid motherfuckers. Okay, someone that isn't Monoma should definitely teach her Japanese. She unknowingly kept telling us insults the entire match. You really should ask someone else to teach you Japanese, pony. Monoma's been teaching you how to swear in Japanese. That visibly upset her. Understandable. The guy's a prick, but who was I to say that? And the winner of this fight is Minoru and Shoji Mezu with an unexpected finish. Goes to show why I didn't expel Minoru right then and there on the first day. Katsuki's POV, looks like we're up next, shitty hair. I noticed that he was looking at French fries. We don't have time for some weird French crushes right now, shitty hair. Nah, nothing like that. I just noticed that Aoyama's not trying to stand out as he usually does. That's pretty fucking weird, alright. The guy not seeking attention for once in his life is pretty fucking weird. He's not smiling, he got a blank look on his face, and he's weirdly quiet. Something's wrong. We'll find out once we start kicking his and Zombie's ass. You're tanking French fries laser while I deal with Zombie. We walked out of the tunnel and was met with a roaring crowd. Nerve-wracking for anyone who isn't me. Good thing I am me. And on this side, we got the hardened fighter and an explosive nihilist with a face only a mother would love. Kirishima Ijiru and Bakugo Katsuki. Fuck did you say about my face, you little cunt? Oh, this son of a bitch. You made him say that, didn't you, you stupid fucking author? For fuck's sake, I can't be that ugly. Wait, what do you mean in real life terms that I'm ugly? You fuck. This is real life. I don't fucking know what your bitch ass is talking about. Real sorry. I was trying to hype up the crowd. While all you did was piss me off. Hey, bro, calm down. Your eyes are glowing orange for some reason. Glowing orange? What type of bullshit is shitty hair saying? On the other side, we have Aoyama Yuga and Shinso Hitoshi. That's a bland intro. At least I don't insult them in said intro. Are you boys ready? All of us said yes and got ready. The zombie is just standing there while French fries is blankly staring at us. This is putting me off. He's not doing weird poses like usual. Something's up, I fucking know it. Alright then, start. Shitty hair. Get French fries. Present Mike wasn't lying when he said that you got a face only a mother could love. Fuck did he say? Fuck did you saw gotcha? Someone as cocky as you are so easy to catch with my quirk. You know, looking down on someone doesn't seem that great anymore, does it? Look at you having that really strong quirk. And then look at me with a quirk of a villain. You're pretty lucky and you act nothing like a hero. All I wanted was to be a hero, but seems like only guys like you makes it. I can't move. If I can, I would have called this guy out for his bullshit. Shitty hair's having a hard time reaching French fries because apparently those lasers can be set to compulsive mode or disintegration mode like Deku's laser guitar. Fuck, I can't lose like this. Not like this. Pathetic. Turn around and walk out of bounds. My body turned around and started walking the opposite direction. Fuck, I just realized that I can't breathe. He didn't command me to breathe. This fucker doesn't even know it. Is he even trying to get to the hero course or is he just jealous? This is pissing me off. Becca bro, shitty hair. Oh what the hell even? I can't talk shit right now. That was enough to distract that dumbass as he gets knocked off my French fries laser. And one down from Bakugo's team. What the hell is Bakugo even doing? He's walking towards the line. That would be something I'd rather not reveal to the public. I had to move to another apartment because you revealed my quirk, Mike. I already said I was sorry. No. I'm not accepting this. I'm not letting that fucking loser one-up me. Not when he's not even trying hard enough. This fucker is pissing me off. Thinks he can stand at the same level as me and my classmates. That weak ass is going down. What's this? Might be the effect of zombies brainwashing. I held my hand out in a pistol shape and a torrent of explosion blasted French fries out of bounds. Why is your student wearing some kind of orange vest with a ripped open at the side light orange harem pants? Why is his spiky hair reaching down his back? What is happening? How should I know? Fuck does he mean ripped open harem pants? I looked down to see that the harem pants were unfortunately ripped open at the upper half at the sides with only a lighter orange boxer brief stopping everyone from looking at my thighs. At least I'm wearing some badass combat boots, but still, what the fuck? Dio. Rage powers, laddie. Hey, how did you break out of my control? Probably because of that quirk of yours, isn't it? I put my attention back to Zombie with a glare. That fucker's gotta be kidding me, right? Shitty hair. I'm technically not responding to Zombie, which is why I continued to walk towards him. Slowly. He thinks we're some kind of cunt sitting on a high horse, ain't it? Gotta admit, I'm flattered. But in all seriousness, that's kinda pathetic. I'm making my way to him while he's standing his ground. I can feel his fear. Great. Does he really think that just cause we fought a few thugs means we think that we're the fucking best? Someone like that is fucking delusional, even for me. Someone almost died in that attack and he still thinks we had the time of our lives. What a load of fuckwit. He makes me wanna vomit. Worst of all, he thinks he can stand with us right now. Huh, nice joke he got there. At this pace, he could only look on to something he could never reach. I'm in front of him now and he's pissed. He punched me in the face and boy was it weak as hell. I grabbed his wrist and twisted it before pushing him out of bounds. And Shinso got roasted and knocked out of bounds. Talk about salt in the wounds, eh, eraser? No comment. I could feel my energy dissipate as my clothes turned back into my uniform. How does that even work? Never mind. I looked at Zombie with a pathetic look in his face. Hey Zombie, I meant what I said. Of course, you're here to flex on me. Fuck no. If you think we're some arrogant fucks, you're wrong. We're not. I think you're weak because you really are weak and not because you didn't make it to the hero course. What's that supposed to mean? When you punched me, I didn't feel shit. That's how weak you are. You talk big about wanting to become a hero but you're too weak to be one. Saving people is one thing but are you even strong enough to do it? What if that quirk of yours didn't work? Huh? Stop being a dumbass and stop bitching about not being in the hero course. You got the heart but you don't have the strength. Look at Deku for example. Deku, guy with the guitar. He's quirkless but he's still in the hero course. He didn't make it because of how great his equipment was. He made it because he was strong and skilled enough to use it. You got a quirk and he's still better than you. You're pathetic so make sure the next time we meet, it's a test on whether you make it to my class or the other and make sure that you fucking deserve it. Everyone in my class earned to be in the hero and so should you. I finished what I need to say to that fuck before walking away. Explosion guy. I looked back over my shoulder. Instead of being pissed, he looks more determined. I will. I could only smirk at those words. You better guarantee it. Bro, that was the manliest thing you ever said. Shut the fuck up, Kirishima. He said my name. Shut the fuck up.